from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from a cultured perspective.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ. Hello, welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. I'm Ben. I'm here with TJ and Scotty.
I'm TJ.
I'm actually also Ben.
We are all...
I am TJ.
We are all one another.
I like things and chocolate.
No.
And killing things.
Ben, you're still just Ben, but I'm Ben also, and Scotty
Fuck
is TJ.
that. You are not also me.
You're Ben 2.0.
Yeah.
I am Ben 2.0.
No.
So today we have a guest who needs no introduction because I'm too lazy to come up with one.
Satan is his father, not Guy.
Yeah, we have some satanic
He came
shit
up from
here.
hell and
for-
began
Yeah,
to
I'm a new
son of
Satanist, by the way.
Hail
I know.
Satan!
That's why we're
Hail
Satan
Satan!
is his father,
Hail
and his
Satan!
name is Adrian.
Satan!
He shall overthrow the mighty and lay waste their temples. He shall
Lay
redeem
waste the
despised
temples.
and wreak vengeance in the name of the burned and the tortured. Hail Adrian! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
Yeah, so...
Hail Satan.
Satanic parties look like a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better. Like it's a lot better than a Christian party. I would say. I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on the branch, I guess.
They make sacrifices and like have sex, whereas like church you just like sit around bored.
Ritual sex.
ritual sex.
Yeah.
Let's have sex for Satan, and with Satan.
And with him, yes.
If
of
you
course.
go, if you like read about the old witch trials.
Oh yeah, they're extremely graphic.
They always make the witches.
I find that stuff so interesting. The witch trial.
Yeah, they make them confess to fucking Satan, and they always have like
describe his member.
Yeah, it's like describe Satan's cock, and they'd be like, oh, it's like 2 feet long. And like,
Describe it a little slower.
Yeah,
a little slower. Tell me a little slower
it
about it.
branches out so he could fuck you in the ass and the pussy at the same time, and
Oh,
there's
man.
spikes
Little
and
Oh, Satan.
Satan's crazy.
You've been a naughty boy.
Yeah.
And they fucking, and of course the confessors, the people that are taking the confessions are sitting there like, yes, tell me more, yes. Oh.
He chose you out of all the world, out of all the women in the whole world. He chose you. He arranged things because he wanted you to be
He
the
chose you,
mother of his only
Repzion.
living son.
His power is stronger than stronger.
Yeah.
His might
Hail
shall last
Satan.
longer than...
Sail Hayton, sail Hayton.
There has to be a correlation between the reptiles and Satanism. The reptile species.
Reps.
You know what?
After all, Satan was a snake, right?
That was actually a question we wanted to ask you, remember?
Yeah, someone in the chat room said that you're a reptilian being from another planet, and we're pretty sure that's true, but
Yeah.
we wanted to get the confirmation.
Yeah, actually, it is. That's my origin of my name. I'm a reptile god of the universe, half Trans-Ocean, which is a species from Star Wars, and half human. So,
Wow.
Good.
Well,
So
you heard it first here.
Yeah.
confirmed.
We had... Yeah?
Myth confirmed.
Yeah, so what was that about Ken Ham? He's like defending the building of his ark.
oh yeah. So if you guys haven't seen TJ's new video on the Ark, it was fantastic and it was hilarious. But Ken Ham actually responded to all of his quote unquote criticism that he was receiving because he was getting a lot of heat from even Christians who were criticizing him for spending the $73 million on the gigantic boat. And there was a recent post on the ChristianPost.com.
And doesn't
I
I want to point out he doesn't have the balls to actually take it sailing.
It's a boat
Yeah.
in Kentucky too. Like
Yeah.
that's not very good for like sailing. In the
I
want
want
the U.S.
If it's a true replica of the Ark, I want to see him loaded up with
Yeah.
2 of each animal and sail it. you
That's
know?
I
what I
want
want.
to see it float. That's what I want to see. Is it even possible for a boat that size to float? I don't think it is.
Sure it is, because they build barges and shit bigger than
Yeah.
that now, but I don't know if a boat built of those materials at
wooden
that
boat
time.
like
I mean,
that.
like it's kind of, I don't know, it is kind of questionable. I mean,
Yeah.
I would assume that it probably can. 'cause
Wasn't
I've
he in the
never heard
Middle East
otherwise.
too? The Middle East isn't really known for trees.
Yeah, like how do you get the wood? And like,
Yeah.
why does it take $73 million to build something that a drunk built in the Bronze Age? I mean, like Noah in the Bible gets drunk and naked, and like his kids are like looking at him, and they're like, "That's shameful that you look at your father being naked." It's like, well, why is he drunk and naked in front of me? What the fuck? How's this my fault?
I've never understood the whole naked concept in the Bible.
It's like, oh no, the human bodies that I myself created. How sinful and decadent.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yep.
How does that
Why
make
did
any
they? Why
sense?
did they feel shameful after they sinned anyway? I never quite understood that. You know, they felt ashamed that they had to cover themselves, but they were previously already naked.
Yeah, because the fruit gave them the knowledge of their nakedness, and they're like, oh shit, we're naked.
Yeah.
It's so plausible when you think about it. It's such a logical story that makes perfect sense. Like, if you wrote that today as like a television drama, people would be like, this is the dumbest, most worst written show I've ever seen in my life. But because it's like this 2,000-year-old book, people are like, oh my god, the truth! It's the truth!
Yep. The truth.
Gee, I just want to point out that Son of God was defeated by the Liam Neeson movie,
Yeah, the movie...
which is pretty funny.
Liam Neeson starring in what is like a de facto Taken 3.
That's the airplane thing, right?
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
That made more money than the Son of God movie that, was supposed to be the big Christian movie.
You know, I actually heard Rush Limbaugh bitching about that Liam Neeson movie today. He was complaining about how the villain in the movie is like a 9/11 victim family member, and on the airplane, Liam Neeson's only friend is like a Muslim doctor. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
A Muslim doctor.
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh's like, what the fuck?
When you listen to him, it's like stepping into a parallel universe. It's
My dad used to listen to him all the time, and I couldn't tolerate it. Like, I would actually try to avoid car rides with my father due to him listening to Rush Limbaugh. Yeah.
Ben listens to Rush.
yeah.
Rush Radio.
Yeah.
But Ben listens for,
Material.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We used to do a segment on here called Reenacting Rush where Ben would, like, read the Rush part, and I would just do, like, a really thick redneck voice for the caller. And those were pretty popular. I don't know why we stopped, but it was always fun. But yeah. You guys want to jump into a news story or something?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's see here. Hey, Daniel, we're getting a lot of background noise from you.
All right, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here.
Yeah, like adjust things or whatever.
Let me do something really quick.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
Well, let's just play the story.
I'm wondering if our sound levels are okay.
I don't know.
See how we're not... Well,
Is that any better?
yeah, I think so.
Go to the chat and see if they're complaining like, we can't hear shit.
Yeah.
You guys
Well,
suck.
Scotty's the chat
Is
monitor.
anyone saying that, Scotty? You're monitoring the chat.
What's that?
Is anyone... Jesus Christ. There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. Okay, anyway, are people...
I partook in some
Are people in the chat...
pan refreshment
Are
earlier.
people in the chat saying they can't hear us?
No, it looks like they can hear us from what I'm seeing.
There'd be a bunch of
Okay.
They
whiny...
say it's a bit quiet, but
Yeah. There'd be a bunch of whiny cocks as usual, but besides that, all about the same.
They wouldn't be our fans if they weren't a bunch of
They're
whining
like,
cocks.
this is a Nazi moderated chat. It's like they spam, and then they complain that, like, okay, you're blocked for spamming.
Dick. Ban. My
Yeah.
freedom of speech.
Yeah.
I was trying to say something so
All right,
profound and meaningful.
people of the chat, is it soft? Can you hear us well?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Answer now. Very low sound levels.
Very low sound levels.
You fucking suck,
to boost
Ben.
'em.
You need to boost the sound
TJ,
levels.
please fuck Repzion. You know, I am TJ's
Yeah.
little bitch, so that would probably work out quite well.
Wow, you heard it here first.
That Joe Pesci clip.
Oh, well,
Play the joke. What?
The one, no, that one. Yeah.
this one?
Yeah.
Get this through your head, you
No,
Jew
no,
motherfucker,
that ain't
you! You only exist out here because of me!
Oh, yeah, that is it. Yeah, you only exist out here because of me, Repzion.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Back when I had 30,000 subscribers, you got me that boost. I
Yep.
appreciate it back in the day. That's when I was still a Christian, too, and I'm still shocked that people actually subscribed me to that, but yeah.
That's because we all saw where it was going.
Yeah, but TJ didn't know that you were doing Peace the Rep Out, and I showed
Yeah.
it to him, and he was like, "What? He He ripped me off.
That's not rip you off.
Then he punched the
It was
screen.
inspired. I'll give you credit. It was inspired by
He
your.
punched the
at
screen.
end,
Are you
but-
calling it an homage?
And threatened your life. He's like, if I ever see that little pug, he's fucking dead. And he then he had a shotgun and he just like started pushing the rounds out like they do in movies, and we were all really scared. Well, that's what they do in the movies. They actually expel the round, even though no round comes out. They just chamber a round. It's like woohoo! It's like you're not
It
chambering
just
a round.
looks cool.
Okay, it does look and sound cool,
It
but
looks
but it
cool.
doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't need to make sense.
Fuck sense. Sense can go.
Okay,
fucking
well it does. Well,
suck a cock.
well, if you know if ever shot a gun, then you would realize it makes absolutely no sense, and it just doesn't work.
That's
Okay,
why I've never shot a
okay,
gun,
why would
so
you
it
be
looks
expelling
cool.
rounds out of a weapon if you have to go fight like 30 people?
Have you actually never shot an actual weapon, TJ? I did not know that.
No, I never
Like
have.
firearm? Do you have any interest in ever doing that, or no? Or you just?
I don't know. I've had like waning interest here and there, but like mostly not really.
Yeah, I've shot one like
Holly has shot them.
a few times.
Holly came back. He's like, "Yeah, it's cool. You like feel powerful and stuff." I'm like, "Eh,
It does make you feel
Yeah.
powerful.
eh."
I've shot pretty much everything. I get like
You shot everything?
rifle,
Have
yeah,
you shot
everything.
People, Scotty?
Yes.
Fucking Columbine, motherfucker.
Well, no, I mean I've shot pretty much every kind of weapon,
No.
like weapon system, except like military grade, obviously.
Have you ever shot a flamethrower?
Well, that's more of a military type weapon.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
And you really
Every
and they're
weapon
pretty
my
much
ass.
they're pretty much outlawed everywhere in America.
I've
to
really
my
never
knowledge.
understood like the
ever-
use of a flamethrower. It seems like a very impractical weapon. how it's
It
used.
pretty much is.
It-
That's why
it's
they're
it's
not
a,
really
it's
too-
really was a scare tactic they used
Yeah.
mainly in World War One and World War
You'd
II.
have to be like what, like 10 feet away from them?
Yeah, you have to be really close, and the tank was so heavy, and they would like blow up, and people would shoot them and stuff.
George Carlin made
Yeah.
a joke about the invention of the flamethrower, where someone's just sitting around like, "Man, I want to light that person on fire,
Yeah.
but I'm just too far away to do it. There has to be a better way."
Yeah.
Napalm, that's the answer.
Napalm.
Napalm death.
So
Love the smell of napalm in the morning.
apparently an airplane vanished today. Did you hear about that, Daniel?
I heard mention of it. I don't know anything about it besides that people are missing.
Yeah.
I don't. Did it crash or people?
I don't know if they ever actually
Fill me
found
in,
it.
I don't know.
No one really knows yet, but
But
Ben, why don't you play the
probably.
clip?
Probably crashed.
Play a clip.
Yeah,
Or do we
so-
have a clip?
Yeah, I have two
Okay.
clips.
Either that or they were abducted by aliens. That's the other theory.
That makes more sense.
I hope. I wish that was the case. That'd be cool.
Well, not for them.
No,
Depends on what they're doing to them.
Depends
There's,
depends on what aliens you get.
there's evidence
South Park
of,
aliens.
There's evidence of foul
That's pretty
play
awesome.
for sure.
Foul play.
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen.
More than 24 hours after Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 disappeared from radar screens and lost all contact, there are still no answers as to what may have happened on board, where that aircraft may have gone down. But as they continue the search, nothing is being ruled out. The CEO of Malaysia Airlines.
We seem to be living by speculation now. So I think let's leave the authorities to do its work.
So can we say that you're ruling out any possibility of terrorism?
We're not ruling out anything.
Vietnamese search and rescue crews say they spotted two.
So like, basically they don't know shit.
Yeah.
But that's shocking because I would think that if don't airplanes have like a certain trail that they follow, like a
Yes.
certain pathways, and if it did crash, it would probably crash within that area. You would think.
Yeah, I mean, all air traffic, I mean, I guess not all, but a lot of it,
It
especially
could have been. I mean, it could have been hijacked and diverted, and we don't even know.
well,
That's true too.
they found out that two of the passengers were there on false identities.
Oh my.
Yeah. That will be revealed later.
Large oil slicks between 6 and 9 miles or up to 14 kilometers long, some 90 miles or 145 kilometers south of To Chu Island. Now, the members of those Vietnamese air crews said that they suspected those could have come from the jetliner, but there's no confirmation of that. At first light, it is expected that more surface ships as well as aircraft will be out in that specific area looking for any evidence that they may be able to find. Now, this is a crash that stretches right across international borders. It affects some 14 nationalities, but more than half of the 239 passengers and crew who were aboard flight MH370 are said to have been Chinese nationals. They included a group of distinguished artists, calligraphers who had come here to Kuala Lumpur and were returning to Beijing. It included elderly tourists. As the search continues, as questions are continuing to be asked, the people whose family members, whose loved ones were aboard that aircraft are being sequestered here at Kuala Lumpur International Airport by authorities away from the media. They are obviously...
I've never liked air travel too much.
Yeah.
I've always liked...
awaiting any word on the...
Shit.
What?
I don't know. Anyway,
God,
I like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So yeah, it's pretty fucked up situation.
One of my first videos was about Skeletor hijacking an airline and taking over the plane.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's what actually happened in this instance. Probably not.
Was Beastman there?
What's
You'll
interesting?
never defeat me,
Hey, TJ.
He-Man.
I'm looking more into this. They said there's no distress signal or signs of bad weather, and they said that they had some guy. I think where was that at? Let me look for it.
Maybe it was. My guess is hijacked or something now.
They said because there's no distress call, that's pretty unlikely. There's probably like a sudden catastrophic event that occurred that probably just like rendered them unable to even communicate with anyone. Because if it was hijacked, almost certainly we would have heard something from somebody.
I don't know, because there's no data to go off of, so it's kind of like hard to even speculate what happened.
Yeah, this was going from Malaysia to China.
That's a pretty big distance.
Yeah, I mean it's decent. Here's a little bit more about it. And this is about the connection between stolen passports and passengers on the flight.
It's on the missing Malaysia Airlines flight. The Boeing 777 with 239 people on board went missing yesterday, falling off radar screens less than an hour into the flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. Vietnam's Air Force finding 2 oil slicks near its southern coast where the plane was last heard from, but no sign of wreckage, leaving families of the missing waiting for word on their loved ones with little hope. Malaysia Airlines CEO saying no distress signal was sent, indicating whatever the cause, it was probably quick and catastrophic. And now there's word that 2 passports used to board that flight were stolen, and the people listed on those passports.
I wonder if it could have been like one of those cases of someone like sneaking a bomb on the plane or something.
Yeah.
'Cause, I know that was something that has been tried in America in the past.
Hey, TJ, this is something interesting. They said this guy, John Goglio, former board member of the National Transportation Safety Board, the U.S. agency that investigates plane crashes, said a lack of a distress call suggested the plane was either experienced an explosive decompression or was destroyed by an explosive device.
Yeah, so that works with my bomb theory. I wonder what would cause maybe. I wonder if someone just opened the door because
like you see in the movies and they all get sucked out.
I was like, hey, what if we just open this door? Maybe someone just did. They're just like, fuck this. Ah!
Yeah.
So it is a possibility that someone did blow up the plane.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, for sure.
They found oil. There's a pretty good chance. And
who just blows up a random plane?
I don't know. You'd think that they'd have some sort of message that they were trying to send.
It'd be like, we take credit for this thing and we did it for this reason, so you need to stop the injustice.
As far as I know, that hasn't happened yet, but it may. This is still pretty new here. Here's a little bit more from the clip.
We're not on the plane. Dominic DiNatale is live in our West Coast newsroom with more. Dom?
Hey there, Arthel. Well, Malaysia Airlines has issued the manifest of who was listed on the plane. This is it here. It describes 3 U.S. citizens, including one man, 51-year-old Philip Wood, who we understand is from Texas. On Facebook, a woman claiming to be his former wife described Philip Wood as a wonderful man and says that although we are no longer married, he is still family. His sons and I just want peace and quiet right now. This is my statement, and they asked for the media to leave them alone, as it seems to be they've been swamped by requests from media for interviews. 2 other U.S. citizens named as Nicole Meng, aged 4, and also Yan Zheng, aged 2.
The media are some serious vultures, aren't they?
You know?
Oh,
sure.
of course.
And I love how they're like, and hey, let's talk about how many Americans died. There's like 3 Americans on a flight of like 200.
Pretty much every country does that, though. If there's one Canadian on the flight, there'll be like a Canadian person was killed. You know, with one person from New Zealand, there's one New Zealander killed.
Yeah.
People are people. Simple.
I'm not saying it's like an exclusive to America thing. I just think it's a funny thing that human beings do. Like, hey, some people who are more like us are dead. So, you know, this could be you.
Yeah, you have a little more in common with these Americans that died than the Asian people that died on the plane.
Yeah, even though that might even not necessarily be true. You might fucking think those Americans were dicks. If you
Yeah, exactly.
And that one of those Asian people might be like your best friend if you actually got to know them. So,
exactly.
I mean, it's just like, hey,
they're assuming too much.
You know, this is your same nationality, so instantly identify more with this.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I mean, it's funny how they'll just. They don't care, like, hey, your loved one just died, but it's kind of an interesting story, so, like, we want to fucking get your word on
Yeah, we
this.
want to hound you and ask you for a comment.
Yeah. Do you have a comment on the death of your loved one?
I'm sad.
I don't even see how that actually contributes to the news.
Yeah, like,
the news.
Their loved ones are sad.
The news, you know.
Thanks for the update.
Since we've been doing this show, we've been doing it for, like, like 2.5 months?
Yeah.
Something like that.
The news is just bullshit now. Like,
it is.
It is just utter bullshit just to fill, like, 24 hours of TV. It's just stupid
I don't even have cable because I can't deal to watch the news, any news for that matter, because it's so bullshit, and the things that how they report stuff, it angers me, and I don't want to wake up to reading the news or seeing news.
That's why we basically just filter all the news through our perspective.
Yeah, so when people want to listen to the news, they can just listen to us talk about it.
Yeah, they can listen to us making fun of how stupid
instead of watching the real news.
Because that would be horrible.
But we are not the real news at all.
No, we're better than the real news.
Better than the
we
real
speak the
news.
truth.
That's our new slogan.
Drunken Peasants.
Drunken Peasants. Better than the real news.
Yeah, so on that note, here's more of the news.
Identify here on the manifest. The Malaysian authorities say they have been working with the United States to confirm the IDs of these 3 Americans, just to ensure that they genuinely were on the flight.
Care more about them.
The mayor's dog had puppies. There was a plane crash.
Maybe it was snakes on the planes. Those motherfucking snakes.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah, so...
It's too bad Samuel L. wasn't on the flight, because then he could
motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane!
Yeah.
So I think we got the gist of that.
Yeah,
so
man.
Basically what we know right now is that the plane vanished, and 2 of the people on the plane were in there on stolen passports.
When they say it vanished, that makes it sound like it literally just disappeared.
It vanished from, air traffic control.
It crashed. I mean, you know, it's fucking gone. There's not like it's not like hey, we found it. It turned out it just diverted to New Jersey. Now it's fine.
Yeah, everyone's fine. They're drinking hot cocoa.
They're wrapped in blankets, and the police chief is like, giving them like a little. When you know that scene where the cop puts the blanket over them, yeah, it's okay, Sonny.
Everything's gonna be fine now.
Everything's good. You thought shit was fucked, but actually it's okay.
Yeah.
Your mom's not coming back, Jordy.
Oh, God.
So the next story I have is... it's about a guy who has a KKK flag.
Why all the guy stories? Why not a girl story?
You're sexist, Ben.
This is International Women's Day. You're fucking
doing
all this guy. Yes, and you're doing all these guy stories.
Boo, Ben.
Men do more crime than women. Just face it.
Boo, Ben.
Well, this guy has a KKK flag in his front yard, and his neighbors asked him to take it down. He
has a KKK flag.
Yeah.
He said no. KKK all the way.
Yeah, and it's not the Kingdom of Koopa Keep. That's in Stick of Truth. That's the name of Cartman's kingdom.
Yeah, I love that game.
And he's the Grand Wizard.
You can become a Jew too as one of your 4 classes or whatever.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy game. We're gonna play the story here about the guy who has the flag in his front yard. Here it goes.
Every night around dusk, this West Boca Raton man lowers the flag in his front yard. Tonight, he had an audience.
They never said anything to my face, and they're entitled to their free speech as well as I am.
It's what's on the flag, symbols and letters of the Ku Klux Klan that have neighbors outraged and offended.
It's reminded me of back in the old days. And I didn't think that was still going on anymore. You know, this is 2014.
Margaret Martin recently moved in across the street on Sandalfoot Boulevard, across from the man who will only identify himself to us as Mr. K. Hayes. Listen to his response when asked why he has a noose in his front yard.
Well, that's because I don't have a big tree in my backyard to hang it from.
Wow. It's hard to believe that there's real people that exist like that.
It's pretty.
I guess for me,
it's like, and it's it's a big flag. It's not like a little flag. This is like he's got a genuine flagpole out in his yard that he's like raising it up above, like how they have the McDonald's flag sometimes in front of McDonald's. It's like that, only with the KKK.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Did somebody say racism?
Yeah.
Racism.
On his business card, Hayes refers to himself as a recruiter for the Knights Party of the KKK. Some say Hayes has tried to influence the neighborhood kids with conversations, literature, and these displays.
Don't sit there and try to put it off on other people, and especially the entire neighborhood like you're doing.
We don't want you here. We're the only one that should be here. That's the kind of message it's sending.
Some neighbors tried to have it removed.
I called code enforcement and they said it's perfectly legal to put on any kind of flag you want.
So the flag and all it may stand for stays.
You're going to keep it up?
Absolutely. It's my patriotic duty.
As much as it pains those who are left to look at it.
He said it's his patriotic.
It's his patriotic duty to put up KKK flags in his yard.
Yeah.
I don't agree with his. Did it say that he was going actually on the streets trying to like preach his ideology of the KKK?
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
It says he has a recruiter card, and they
that's
said he's
up.
like talking to kids in the neighborhood, like, "Hey kids, have you heard about niggers? Come here, let's sit on Uncle Jethro's lap, and he gonna tell you a tale.
You need to be a white Protestant, and everything will be fine."
Yeah. Oh man.
What did he call? He says he calls himself K Hayes or something.
Yeah, K.
It sounds like
Hayes.
It sounds like a rap name. Why does he? Why is a KKK guy going by like a black like it sounds like a rap name, doesn't it? It's like K Hayes up in this bitch, motherfucker. You know, like it doesn't sound like a redneck name. But whatever, he is a redneck. And
yeah,
he's like, it's like he's part of the intellectual elite of America. You know, you just look at him and you're just like, wow, that is like a professor at MIT level intelligent.
Look at his T-shirt.
It's like it actually looks like a reptile scale on the skull.
He's wearing one of your shirts. That's you.
All right. Yeah, that's all I really have on that one.
That's all we have.
Yeah, we're done. Good night. Anyway, yeah, we decided to finally do something about Ukraine. It's been going on for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna go over there and fucking stop
Yeah.
Putin. Yeah, we're doing something.
TJ was talking about that.
Yeah.
Have you guys talked at all about? Is it Venezuela? I don't even know if I pronounced that. There's like a bunch. I guess there's like a bunch of crazy stuff that's happening. Like the civilians are going against the government or whatever. And I know the media here hasn't even talked about it. Like people are being killed left and right. It's in Brazil. Is this in South America someplace?
Yeah, it is in South America.
Do you know what's actually going on with that? Do any of you?
I know that some like beauty pageant lady got killed in a riot there, and there was some crazy shit going on there.
There's like a bunch of countries where there's crazy shit going on right now.
Yeah.
It's just like a crazy shit going on kind of time in the world.
Yeah, Brazil, Venezuela, Syria, the Ukraine,
Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt.
What was it?
Is that pretty much how the world always is, though? There's always some shit going on.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's always like two groups of people like, "Fuck you, I want this land. Fuck you, I want this land," and you know.
So Daniel, do you know about what's going on in Ukraine?
Very little. I'll be honest. I'm very ignorant on it. I haven't been keeping up to date with it.
So Ukraine used to be part of the Soviet Union a long time ago, and there are parts of Ukraine that are more Russian-allied than allied with like the European Union. And there was an uprising because the government of Ukraine wanted to stick more with Russian influence, and there was an uprising because of that. And now there are areas with Russian loyalists that are having some problems, and Vladimir Putin has sent military forces into those areas.
Oh.
Yeah. That's kind of...
Yeah,
does that sound right? Did I explain that right?
Well, basically the protest started in response to it, because at first the protests were peaceful against, them going basically more towards the Soviet bloc, like the former Soviet bloc, like the Russians. But then what happened is they passed a bunch of protest laws where they couldn't like block people from entering residences, and like protesting itself was pretty much outlawed and banned.
Yeah.
And then they just basically got the guy the one to ally with Russia, I forget his name. They got him out of office, and now Russia says the new government is bullshit, and they're trying to liberate the people now is what they're trying to say.
Yeah. So here's a little bit about that.
Ukraine's military is on high alert this morning. According to US and Ukrainian officials, thousands of Russian ground and naval forces occupy the Crimean Peninsula, with troops surrounding several bases and demanding Ukrainian forces surrender and hand over their weapons. The Ukrainian military is mobilizing troops and calling on army reservists to report for duty immediately. Ukraine's new prime minister now fears a wider invasion by Russia.
This is actually the declaration of war to my country.
Declaration.
It's a declaration.
I like how he says declaration.
I heard the same thing when he said that.
This is declaration. Suck my declaration. It ain't just for decoration. Oh, yeah.
I like this. We're talking about this story. Wish you guys knew a little bit more about geopolitics. We're talking about the story right now, dumbass.
Yeah.
I think he's saying that our talking about it is inept.
Okay.
He's probably gonna. He probably has some severe criticisms of Ben's explanation. He's probably pro-Russian. Is what it is. I mean, because there are people out there that are pro-Russia. Then they probably would not agree with anyone's interpretation that it wasn't pro-Russia.
Is Russia also? I keep hearing Russia's like anti-gay and it's like been killing gay people. Is that true or not?
Well,
like the Russian government hasn't been,
yeah,
but like
it's like
street gangs have been. And
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's not the government in Russia that's.
They even have been doing it to like gay teenagers, like luring kids like as young as like 14 to meet them, and then they just like beat the shit out of them.
But you, for talking about homosexuality to children in Russia, you can go to jail for that.
If you mention homosexuality to children, you will go to jail.
Yes.
Wow, that is interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Russia sounds like a good place fun place to visit. Then.
It's good. It's awesome.
I think it would be interesting to visit, but to be honest with you, there are some places there that I'd like to see, but it's a turbulent time to really go over there right now.
So. Like I said, it's a shit going on kind of time in the world.
Just be like, don't ever look up Drunken Peasants podcast, Ben, if you go to Russia.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. That was someone else.
Ambassador to the UN says his country needs military support, but NATO is pushing for peaceful diplomacy.
We urge all parties to urgently continue all efforts to move away from this dangerous situation. I call on Russia to de-escalate tensions.
Putin is defending his actions. He argues that Russia is only trying to protect Russian-speaking people and its interests in the region, including a valuable naval base. Outrage, though.
Russian-speaking people. That seems like a weird distinction. Like, yeah, they speak the same language, so therefore I have jurisdiction here.
I think like
America going to like Great Britain and being like, we're taking over because you guys speak English just like us.
I think most people there are ethnically Russian, but I think even in the polls they did of the people, like most of them didn't really want to basically they didn't want to become part of Russia. They wanted to stay as their own country.
Yeah, because Russia sucks.
Yeah, like Belarus did that too. A lot of those areas over there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Putin is the new Hitler. Well, we see how some of the people in the comments feel.
I think I like to call him Putin.
Actually, Hillary Clinton.
Putin.
Or they're saying on Fox News they've been saying Hillary Clinton said that Putin is like Hitler, but I haven't really done my own research to confirm if that actually
Fuck
happened.
research.
It is Fox News, so
We just assume that it's probably a lie because it's on Fox.
Yeah, exactly.
80% chance that it's either a lie or that it was taken like 20
misrepresented.
miles out of context or something.
Over Russia's moves is mounting. As Western nations accuse Mr. Putin of violating international law and ignoring warnings not to intervene.
You just don't invade another country on phony pretext.
You know, like
John
we would have a lot more moral authority on this issue if it weren't for the whole like Iraq debacle. You know, because it just seems like this is Russia's Iraq. Like, yeah, we go in here to like liberate these people, and then the people are kind of like, we don't really want your liberation too much. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I think what they want is kind of irrelevant to Russia.
Yeah, I mean, well, pretty obviously, just like what Iraqis wanted was pretty irrelevant to Americans.
Oh, of course.
So I mean, I don't know. I've always thought Russia was kind of like America's, you know, like I don't know. They're like the mustache twirling villain. You know, like even like they're. I'm kind of glad this is happening just because we can be enemies with Russia again, and now Rocky 4 seems way more relevant. You know, now you can watch Rocky 4 and be like, oh, fuck you, fucking Ivan Drago, son of a bitch. You can't hate Rocky 4. That's
TJ loves that movie.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it's like I like it for all the reasons that I like the first Rocky for totally different reasons than I like Rocky 4. Like, Rocky is a good movie. Rocky 4 is a terrible, like, schlocky piece of shit.
It's a montage.
But it's so shitty that it's good.
And it has like the story. There's literally like 8 montages in that movie, and like like 80s like power ballads and shit. That's like 80s power montage the movie, but the villain's Russian, and it's like just the stereotypical like, I am evil because I am Russian, you know. So
I must break you.
And the actor wasn't even Russian.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, who's like Swedish.
Dolph Lundgren.
He is from Sweden.
And apparently, apparently he fucked Sylvester Stallone up because Sylvester Stallone in those movies always wanted it to look authentic, so they like really like punched each other, and he actually got hospitalized because fucking Dolph Lundgren fucked his shit up a little too hard one time.
Yeah, his I think his heart was like swollen.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, they thought he got hit by a car. They were like, "Oh, you were in a car accident?" It's like, no, I was in a fight with this guy.
I was in a fight with Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph fucking
He-Man. Have you ever seen the Masters of the Universe movie?
I have.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it, Daniel?
I have not. No.
I think. Well, it was way like it came out a long ass time ago.
Yeah, pretty old.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren played He-Man. It was like the Masters of the Universe. Yeah.
Which I can't believe we're talking about Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
The guy that played Skeletor was pretty awesome. I remember that. He didn't do the high-pitched voice, but his Skeletor was pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, so back to...
oh, we got to go back to that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Fine.
In order to assert your interests.
Crimea remains a stronghold of opposition to the new leadership in Ukraine, this embattled semi-autonomous region near the border representing a country divided. In western Ukraine, many want closer ties with Europe, but in the east and in Crimea, which belonged to Russia until 1954, some want to rejoin their Soviet roots. Tensions in this east-west standoff over the future of Ukraine now have the country teetering on the brink of disaster.
There is now.
There's not going to be a happy resolution to what's going on. I mean, it's just
no way.
No matter what happens, like a lot of people are going to die, and things are going to be fucked, and it's not going to be happy or pretty. So
yeah,
that's pretty much just where that's going.
The Republicans are mad that Obama doesn't bomb Russia. Just bomb Russia. That'll solve everything.
Yeah, that would really fix. We'd have another war again in places that we don't need to be in.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because our friend John McCain.
My friends.
He says we need to put sanctions on Russia.
He looks like an angry vegetable.
Yeah.
I am an angry turnip.
Yeah, he looks like a turnip.
We need to do
pissed off
economic
turnip.
sanctions in a broad array of areas. Another thing we need to do is expand Magnitsky. Magnitsky will target individuals who have been engaged in...
I have no fucking idea, but it sounds like
Magnitsky. I don't know.
Maybe it's like a UN
fucking
resolution.
Magnitsky.
Maybe it's a
How
UN
does it work?
Maybe it's a UN resolution or something.
I don't want to talk to a scientist.
If I'm assuming they're talking about sanctions, that's probably what it has something to do with.
Scotty's fucking lying and getting me pissed.
Involved in this decision-making and carrying out these orders. The Russians love to go to London and Las Vegas. They love to raise their families. They love to buy the oligarchs, buy land and property here. We could hit them hard.
So the targeted sanctions along the lines of what the U.S. has done to Iran, is that what you want to see happen
I'd like to see
in Russia?
I'd like to see that, and probably more because of individuals who are responsible. I think when we hold individuals responsible,
so
but
like,
also
give me an
we
example.
need to also
you mean Putin? You mean
I would say
Medvedev?
Putin. I'd mean anybody who gave the orders that there are sanctions against them or carried out these orders. But also we need to also say, okay, Georgia is on the path to membership in NATO.
I just want to say that he needs to retire, first of all. Seriously.
He's such a fucking warmonger. I mean, he actually was a veteran, actually went through war, was actually in a prison camp. And he's such a warmonger. Oh, yeah, I want Georgia to become part of NATO because then they're obligated, if Russia goes there, to basically go to Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy just wants a fucking war at every turn. He wanted, the U.S. to be involved in Libya and Syria.
I remember when he was saying bomb, 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 Iran.
Yeah, and Iran.
We don't need to be in any more bombings or wars. That's
yeah, we
I'm
do.
Anti-war.
Yes, we do. We need more war.
He would have been a horrible president. Because he would have said
John McCain.
Yeah, every conflict possible.
We probably would have faced nuclear annihilation by now.
Yeah.
You know? You just look outside one day, there'd be a flash. You'd be like, "What's that?" And then the next thing you know, boom, dead.
Fuck, we're all living in the Fallout universe then, with like scrape by and like fight super mutants and shit.
Use bottle caps for currency.
Yeah.
In the alternate universe where McCain becomes president, he dies, and then Sarah Palin becomes president, and then that's when society becomes, completely gone.
And the capital moves to Alaska.
She'd probably go to Alaska and just form an alliance with Russia, and they'd build an ice castle.
She's the expert on Russia.
Govern as one country. Because she could see Russia from her house, which makes her a foreign policy expert.
You attack
what newspapers you read?
Georgia again, and
I can't even think of one to
that has
lie.
the repercussions of attacks in NATO. We need to increase our capabilities in order to shore up for military.
Like, I know this is kind of off topic, but like literally the Sarah Palin not being able to even lie about a newspaper she's read has always bothered me. Because like all you have to say is like you could say anything.
The New York Times,
like,
the Washington Journal,
oh,
Washington
I read
Post?
USA Today and Newsweek. I mean, like anything, even if you fucking
Fox News Online.
Yeah, anything, any answer at all was better than.
I don't know. I don't like that.
The answer was green eggs and ham.
I listened to the Drunken Peasants podcast.
Don't you know? You betcha. Okay.
Then she would be so well informed.
Yeah. So,
are we not? Are we continuing with the John McCain, or are we moving on?
Yeah, if you want to move on,
we can keep going. I can always make fun of John McCain some more.
Okay.
Military operations exercises with these countries. We need to have a broad array. And when people say we can't do much, then I don't agree. I think the strongest, most powerful nation in the world, economically and every other way, can do a lot of things.
Is the president on the same page as Angela Merkel, the chancellor of Germany? Because she seems to be less inclined to take some of these steps that the president is taking.
Great disappointment to me, whether it be German non-involvement in Libya or in other things, has been Germany. The greatest and strongest nation in Europe, and they have backed off of everything. Yes,
so he's disappointed in Germany for not doing anything about it?
Yeah, I don't know why Germany would want to avoid being too militaristic. It's
yeah,
it's never been a problem in the past.
Yeah, it's never been anything that caused their nation, great strife and destruction.
If history has taught us anything, it's that the German military is not really capable of doing anything, horrible and bad.
Yes, history bears that out well.
Yes.
John McCain, I don't know. Yeah, he's kind of a He's kind of a hawk, yeah. He really is.
Does he? It almost looks like that from that photo you have. He has a lump in his cheek.
I think his entire body is just a lump.
Yeah, well, he was in a plane crash. That he crashed his plane. I think in Vietnam.
He crashed his own plane.
Yeah, he was a fighter pilot in Vietnam, and his plane got crashed. It got shot down, and then he lived for several years in a Vietnamese prison camp. And till this day, he can't lift his arms up above his shoulders. So he got really messed up.
Which is that's why it's like such a wonderment that he would advocate war, because like he actually lived through the horrors of it.
But he is against torture. That's one thing about John McCain. Like, that's kind of...
He's not a total douchebag.
Yeah.
We can give him that.
But literally, it took him getting tortured himself to be against torture.
To come to that position, yeah, that's
it wasn't
extreme.
Like, if he hadn't been tortured in his life, he'd probably be sitting there right now like, I say fucking
Waterboard him.
Put the electrodes on his nutsack and fucking crank it up to max.
Remember that thing with Christopher Hitchens being waterboarded? It's like, oh, okay, let's see how long he can last. And it was like 5 seconds. He's like, drop the weights or whatever, and he dropped the weights. He couldn't even handle it for like more than a few seconds.
Yeah, because didn't Christopher Hitchens up until that point talk some shit about how like waterboarding isn't torture, and then he actually did it? He's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite horrible. It's like it stimulates the sensation of drowning. They basically put a rag in your mouth and just dump water until you almost drown. They pull it out, let you catch your breath, and they just keep doing it.
More importantly, where the fuck is my e-cigarette?
I have no idea.
One of you motherfuckers stole it.
Repzion stole it.
The show's a disaster now because
maybe Dusty stole it from yesterday.
I think Rep has it.
He has it.
I actually do have a cigarette sitting in front of me right now. Not allowed to smoke in here though. So.
You follow rules. What kind of Satanist are you? Which
Satan? Expensive rules.
Which satanic commandment is that? Thou shalt not smoke inside. Satan wills it.
Satan wills this.
I love the Satanic Bible, by the way. I know you've read it, Ben. Have you read it, TJ? I know you know about it.
I read it. I made Scotty buy it for me. When I was like, how old was I? I was 15 and you were 13. I'm like, I'm not buying it. You go get it, Scotty. I made him go to the counter and buy it.
You're a pussy, TJ.
Yeah, I was being a pussy. I'd probably still do a pussy.
You are a
today.
giant vagina.
And yeah, I read it. I mostly read it because Marilyn Manson met Anton LaVey and like had this big chapter in his book about
impressionable.
Those two being like friends.
Impressionable.
And shit, so I was like, I'm gonna read this book.
TJ, you're quite impressionable, TJ.
Yes. I'm like silly putty. If you put me down on the comic pages, I will have them on me when you lift me up.
That is a strange analogy, but okay.
You said I was impressionable, so.
You know,
made me think of that.
I'm glad that that tonight we don't have any more Ted Nugent
Plus, I have
footage.
the consistency of Silly Putty. I want more Ted Nugent. God damn it,
the Nuge.
We got to stop doing Ted Nugent. We got to stop doing SE Cup. But I still have SE Cup.
Mr. Repzion, do a Ted Nugent impression now.
I actually don't even know who Ted Nugent is.
I figured that might be the case.
Oh,
but do it anyway.
I feel like I don't want to pollute your mind by telling you about who he is.
Just listen to the name Ted Nugent, and you just do your impression based on that. You don't even
my name's Ted Nugent. I like bananas.
Hold on.
He likes bananas and TJ. Ooh, TJ.
He likes
TJ.
Ned Tugent.
Yeah.
No, but really, actually, I've never heard of him. I've never heard the name before. What is he? Who is he?
He's some 70s rocker.
He's
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like a 70s rocker who is now like a hero to conservative America because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Because he's an idiot.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because he's a fucking moron. Well, I mean, like most people in America who call themselves conservatives are fucking stupid. I mean, let's just put that out there as the truth that no one can deny. And Ted Nugent is basically, he's vying for their position of their god. He's the ultimate expression of everything that's wrong with most Americans, or at least most Americans in the red states, and he sucks. And he wrote Cat Scratch Fever.
Yeah.
Cat Scratch Fever!
Yeah. So here's SE Cup talking about how Mitt Romney was right about Russia, something that Mitt Romney said a long time ago that she believes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Congressman, Hillary Clinton had some controversial remarks yesterday. She basically repeated them today. I want to play them and get your take on that.
Now, if this sounds familiar, it's what Hitler did back.
Here's the Hillary Hitler shit.
Yep.
All the Germans that were, you know, the ethnic Germans, the Germans by ancestry, who were in places like Czechoslovakia and Romania and other places, you know, Hitler kept saying, they're not being treated right. I must go and protect my people. And that's what's gotten everybody so nervous.
Now, Congressman, I don't disagree with her, but if Hillary Clinton believes that Putin is acting like Hitler, then wasn't Mitt Romney right to say that Russia is our #1 geopolitical foe?
Well, I think Russia is a foe. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And I think Hillary Clinton was right on the money.
Yes, but Congressman, Mitt Romney was laughed at by Democrats when he said that. He was mocked by the president himself.
Well,
isn't that
but,
embarrassing?
I mean,
isn't that embarrassing?
There's been further developments since then. I mean, things have changed. That was like that was a while back.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's been events.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, we live in at least the illusion of chronological time, so that was in the past when that happened, and Russia really didn't seem like much of a threat, and now things have happened that maybe we think we're reconsidering that. So how, I mean, you can't compare, like, a statement made in the past with a statement made in the present when there's been further developments in the interim, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that makes sense.
Does that make sense what I'm saying, right?
No,
I mean, that's not
TJ.
insane.
SC Cup is smarter than you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
SC Cup is smarter than
She
you.
That's what I was trying to figure
TJ,
out.
she has bigger boobs than you, so therefore
I don't know about that.
She is right.
Maybe.
No way, dude. She has large tits. There's
What cup size are you, TJ?
I don't know.
Sorry, TJ, you're like a B. She's like double D, so
I don't know if
she
I
wins.
think I'm bigger than a B. I mean, Jesus.
I don't know, TJ.
Whatever.
You are pretty fat, TJ.
Whatever.
This is a fact. No.
Whatevers. I cannot for your stupidity.
Not embarrassing at all. I think what Hillary Clinton said was right on the money. When Hitler invaded Sudetenland to protect ethnic Germans, you could give an analogy to Putin doing this in Ukraine.
I mean,
to purport.
I want to point out that it's not like Hillary said, like, you know, Putin's just like Hitler. I'm like, she compared a specific historical event that involved Hitler to what's going on. So.
Yes.
You know, that's not exactly just saying, like, there's total equivocation between this and Hitler. But, you know.
Support ethnic Russians. We know it was a lie then, and it's a lie now.
Oh, I agree. I think that just bolsters what Mitt Romney had to say about Russia in hindsight.
But, I mean, I think that the problem with Romney's comment was he said it was the #1 geopolitical.
I like how they take things from that are happening now and try to find things from the past and try to match them up with each other and be like, see?
Yeah, see, Mitt Romney,
Isn't
if he
that
was
kind of what
president.
religion does, in a way?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep. Yeah, so they're like, see, Mitt Romney predicted this would happen, and the prophecy foretold that he would deny this would happen.
Well, I mean,
one ring.
I mean, are they? I mean, the real question is, like, is there contention that Romney was like a visionary who foresaw all of this? Like, if that's where they're coming from, then I want a little bit more evidence of that. Like, if they can really like show like where Obama, like not Obama, where Romney like cogently laid out this position where he predicted what was going to happen with Russia, then I might say, well, maybe they have a point. Maybe he shouldn't have been mocked for that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just a generalized comment like, Russia's our biggest geopolitical enemy. Like, that's just a bold statement, and I don't even know if that's true now. I mean, Russia is certainly on the enemy list at this point, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, do you remember the last time when we talked about the almost naked baristas? TJ?
All I know, Ben, is I want to say something.
Yes.
Let's go, Cena.
Cena sucks.
Let's go, Cena. Cena, woohoo!
Cena sucks.
No, you gotta be more enthusiastic, or we're not gonna stop. Let's go, Cena.
You won't be able to keep it up because you sound so fucking lame saying it.
It sounds lame.
I know.
Cena does suck.
I know he does. So there's no way you control me with it.
Mr. Repzion, it's up to you. You have to say Cena sucks.
No.
Cena sucks.
No, you got to say it. You got to time it to coincide. When we say "Let's go Cena," you got to say "Cena sucks."
All right, I'll do it. Let's do this.
You got to do it with passion and gravitas, though.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go Cena.
Cena sucks.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
We just had to point that out because TJ was like, we're sitting there and he's like, man, we didn't fucking bring up John Cena last show. Like,
I was wondering where that was going.
Nowhere. Ben just hates John Cena.
It's like I felt Ben got off too easy that last show.
We like to fuck
I
with him.
can't stand him either. So
Yeah,
Who would like him? He's horrible.
He's the worst fucking wrestler ever. And it's the one thing where it's impossible to troll someone being like, John Cena's awesome. You know? It's so bad. Not even a troll would pretend to like John Cena.
It's only believable if you're like 11 or something.
Yeah.
We got to,
That's
what we got
about
to
it.
do? We got to get like some little kid that likes John Cena on this show.
Cena rocks!
And then troll him.
No.
Break his feelings.
I'm not going to do that.
We got to get some like 6-year-old kid who's dying of cancer, who's like a big John Cena fan.
How about
Cena to call in on the show, and then we'll have Ben explain to the kid why John Cena sucks, so that he can die knowing that his hero is a fucking lie.
I think Ben probably wouldn't do it.
No, I definitely would not do it.
Oh, Ben, don't be a pussy. Come on.
Don't be a pussy.
Ruin a sick kid's life. Come on now.
Well, now that you put it that way, I really don't want to be a pussy.
Yeah. You see logic now.
So after you tell him you have to beat him up to like wrestling style, you have to like pile drive him or something like you may have cancer, but this is what you deserve.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're talking about this.
I can. Anyway, naked baristas.
Yeah, well, we did a story not too long ago about baristas that were wearing like pasties.
Those baristas were way more naked than these.
Yeah.
If that's all they're wearing.
Yeah. That's what these people are wearing, and people
Because their tits were hanging out completely, and all they had covered was their nipples.
Yep.
These girls are wearing like tops.
Yep.
How disappointing.
Yeah, we have a bunch of places around here in Washington State, Cowgirls Espresso, where they're practically naked. They're just wearing a bikini.
That might be even this. What is this?
This one's in California.
California.
Yeah, and people are angry about it, and that's what this story is about.
I'm angry. They're wearing
Do you
too
like
much.
coffee or no coffee?
At the corner of Helm and Shaw Avenue in Clovis, you will find baristas serving up coffee with a twist.
Do you want whipped cream? Sex sells, and we're respecting everyone else, and we're in our own building.
But is this too much?
No.
Candace Eslick and her family
Hell
live
no.
in the
Not
neighborhood
even
behind the
close.
coffee
Much?
shop.
What the fuck?
She says she
What,
doesn't
man?
want her kids
What'd you
looking
say,
at
Rob?
half naked.
I just said that's not too much at all. It doesn't make any. That's ridiculous.
No, they have-
people
yeah.
are upset over this.
What they're showing is like the girls making coffee and they're bending over and like their asses are hanging out basically, and I guess people are offended. People are like,
I don't know, man. I think we all need some
If
coffee
you're offended,
right now.
don't go there. Don't drink the coffee. It's that simple.
Yeah.
No, that argument's too logical. I'm sorry.
yeah, like what? I took my child to your coffee establishment and he got an eye full of butt and now I'm angry.
Man, that'd be a cool ass grandma. Let's go over here.
Naked women. She's now heading
Although
up a
the
petition
sluts,
to get
Sonny.
the business.
So this is the lady that's ruining everyone's good time.
Of course.
She's starting a petition.
Now heading up a
Morally
petition
upright
to get
citizen.
the business out, despite being warned by city leaders.
I was specifically told by Clovis that it would do me no good at all. That I could go to the city council meeting with a petition. I could bring the people if I wanted to. And it doesn't change the fact that it's not against the law to have the coffee shop in Clovis.
Oh no! Oh no! Freedom! How dare they have freedom?
Yeah.
I want to.
Well, however they see
This
fit.
coffee shop is too conservative as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
This would be like the PG coffee shop in my world.
The manager of Bottoms Up Espresso says she and the
Bottoms
owner,
Up.
Alexandria Ireland, have heard it all before.
I dealt with it in Washington, and pretty much all they can
Oh,
do
she's
is
from
tell
my
us how
state.
much to cover.
I came for a cup of coffee. I was entertained. The young lady's very friendly, and I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just marketing.
But Eslick says she's not giving up and will continue to
Wait, her
collect
name is her name
signatures to
Aslick?
present to
Aslick. It sounded like
Aslick won't give up.
Aslick is not giving. Well,
Don't give up, Aslick.
No wonder she's so against the bottoms up with the name Aslick. Jesus. I probably misheard it, but it sounded like Aslick.
It's Aslick.
It's Aslick?
Aslick, yeah.
Aslick. What the fuck? You know, people were named like your last name comes from something like associated with your family, like Shepherd is sheepherder, and like my last name is Kirk because like that means church. So apparently yeah,
fucking theist.
So apparently my ancestors had something to do with the church. So where did Aslick come from? You know, I think we all know the answer.
council members.
They served me all the drinks. They should have cut me.
Oh, okay. That's the next one. Anyway, yeah, so that's whatever. They can have if they can have Hooters and...
I'm offended.
Yeah. I'm sorry, TJ.
I'm offended. I don't like it.
Those fine-ass bitches.
Why are those women making that coffee and not wearing enough clothes? I'm angry. Maybe they could get it shut down for being like a health hazard or something. Like these women have no protection from this hot coffee that they serve, and that's unfair working conditions.
Oh my god!
You could probably get
anything.
They should probably take that approach.
Any stupid.
We're gonna pass a law that
excuse.
says anyone who deals with coffee has to be adequately protected by, enough layers of clothing.
I think we're gonna go ahead and take a short break now for maybe about 10 minutes or so. And then we'll get Repzion back on the line, and we will be taking questions later, and we're going to go over some more news stories. So everyone, stay tuned.
No.
No,
leave now. Fly, you fools.
No, give us a thumbs up if you're watching the show and enjoying it. And Repzion, we'll call you back in 10 minutes.
Smoke pan
All right,
every
I'll be
day.
ready. Cool.
Everyone smoke pan.
to you by Vitamin.
Huh, that was strange.
What was strange? Nothing was strange.
You're
I am here.
Yes, and we are back.
So, Daniel.
Yeah.
Tell us about Satan. How big is his cock?
About 16 centimeters, which qualifies as a porn star penis.
I don't know fucking metric shit.
What?
Neither do I, but that's just the size that I was told. when I
About
was
30
looking-
centimeters would equal about a foot. So he'd be about 6 inches, I think.
Satan's not that well hung.
No.
That's why he was so pissed. That's why he wanted to control the cosmos. He's like, you know. Well,
does he want to control the cosmos? Was that?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, he wants like God's power, and that's supposedly what God does.
Is that really
control
the story?
Yeah, right. Paradise Lost.
Zeus!
Zeus, motherfucker.
Satan.
Yeah.
Zeus is pretty strong. Zeus has powers beyond
But
power.
Kratos fucked him up, though, so he's dead.
got lightning.
Kratos.
I would love to be friends with Kratos. The way he fucks people is just amazing. Like, he is like my role model for sexuality. The way he gets everybody and everything, and he's just one of the most badass motherfuckers, and he kills all of these powerful gods.
But he'd probably end up killing you, just because that's his personality. He'd be like,
You
are worthless, friend. Time to die.
Talk to him. I think I could become friends with him. I don't know. I'm
No,
pretty ruthless.
I don't think
You
so.
got this. You got like the battered wife mentality going. Like, I could change him.
I'll change Kratos. He's gonna love me.
Kratos, I'm your
do it.
biggest fan. Whatever, faggot. Rip you apart.
That's just his personality. You have to. I pretty much just believe Kratos would just kill anyone.
Kratos is a douche.
Yeah,
he's fun to watch, but I don't know if you'd really want to be hanging around him.
Yeah.
You'd probably end up dead.
More than likely.
Ben is like Kratos, though.
I am.
Yeah, because you're hugely muscular and bald. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ben's bald?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm bald.
He's bald.
Muscular.
I don't know what Ben looks like. You should send me a photo. I want to see your bald head.
Okay, let's send Repzion a photo of Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
So the next story.
They think Ben is real.
Yeah.
That's just me doing both voices. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Yeah, there is no Ben. There's only TJ.
See, I'm doing the voice right now. Doesn't it sound good?
I'm laughing at myself because I'm so funny.
Damn, you talented, TJ.
I know, like a ventriloquist. But is Ben the fiction or is TJ the fiction?
Dun,
That's
dun.
the real question.
Shit.
Question of the week. Dun dun dun.
So if you got blackout drunk in Las Vegas, and and you ended up realizing that you had lost $500,000 while you were blacked out drunk, would you feel that it's the casino's fault and try to sue them for it?
No.
Well, someone did.
Of course. That.
Can we all agree his hat is horrible?
Yeah, that just.
What the fuck is that? The patterns. It's like is that dollar signs? The little,
Maybe it's like one of those things. If you stare at it long enough, a 3D image pops out.
So we have to question his judgment just based on his clothing.
I don't know. Like, that hat might work if he was wearing like some crazy like tweed suit get up or something.
Yeah.
But
a tweed suit. All right, so let's hear his side of the
It looks like
story.
he's wearing an old woman's purse on his fucking head. What the fuck is going on? That's a horrible fucking hat. Who looks at that hat and is like, "This is a this
And
why?"
he lost $500,000.
You know what?
That's what he
I'm
has.
changing.
That's what he owns.
I'm changing my fucking position. They should have kicked him out when they saw the hat. Like, oh, this guy is retarded and doesn't have
I'm gonna
decision
be on the
making
news
skills.
today.
You know who could pull off
I better
this
wear
hat?
it.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray could wear that hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's not Bill Murray. So
But this guy's not. I know Bill Murray, and you're no Bill Murray.
They served me all the drinks. They should have cut me off.
I love how they start off with that because in Vegas, if you're putting up that kind of money, you're drinking for free.
Of course.
So, I mean,
How did this fucking idiot have this much money to begin with?
You don't even have to put up that kind of money to drink for free in Vegas.
No,
actually.
far
But
less.
how the fuck did this guy even have this much money? Like, it doesn't even. It boggles the mind that
You
someone
would think
this
that he'd have
stupid-
a nicer hat or something with that amount.
Apparently, that's a $1,200 hat.
Yeah.
That is 12. Oh, wow.
That's his Armani hat.
It was a wild weekend gambling in Sin City, but what happened to retired real estate investor Mark Johnston didn't stay in Vegas. He lost.
I knew they were going to
500
work the stay in Vegas shit in there somewhere.
Yeah, they have to. It's kind of like how they did the Rocky Mountain High thing all the time.
They need more puns. Like, let's see how many puns they fucking work into the report. Because
Oh yeah, what was that one about? What was Bieber throwing?
Eggs.
Eggs. Yeah.
Eggs. Yep.
We watched this story where they made like 100.
I was shell shocked. Oh, the yolk's on you. It's fucking stupid.
$500,000 gambling, and he says it wasn't his fault.
Just picture a drunk walking down the street.
Whose
and he's
fault
drunk.
was it? It was the casino's fault.
Yeah,
they existed, and I was there. Therefore, it's their fault somehow.
Yeah.
So what is he? Is he like? Is the logic here that if you're drunk, you're not responsible for your actions? Because I'm pretty sure that sets a bad precedent.
Oh, that if he had won, would he be responsible for the winnings? Like,
No, he'd have to give it back. He was too drunk.
Yeah, he's too drunk.
Yeah, I mean, in an alternate universe where this guy actually won, I'm sure that he would not be returning the money on the basis of his drunkenness. Hail Satan.
And somebody goes up and just pickpockets him and takes his wallet out of him. That's how I characterize it.
You feel like they were stealing from you.
Absolutely.
This man is a fucking moron.
Is he even for real? Like, maybe this is all just a big publicity stunt.
He seems like a character.
I think Bill Murray is actually going to end up playing this guy in a movie at some point.
I hope so.
Now that you mentioned
that'd be a
the
pretty
hat
funny
thing.
movie, undoubtedly.
This is almost like the people who go to the fast food restaurants and then, sue McDonald's because of the food that they ate. And, they gained weight from it and they are unhealthy from eating their food. And then they sue the company. Or it's... How do people like this even exist?
I'm suing Nabisco for offering any foodstuffs.
Yeah, TJ ate a lot of Oreos. Now he's fat, and as his brother, I've suffered watching him become fatter and fatter. So I need like $10 million.
The fatter he gets, the more my eyes hurt even looking at his disgusting ass. I need $10 million.
Yeah, that'll feel better.
Compensate for you for my pain.
Pain and suffering.
Yeah.
All he has to do is show the jury a photo of me naked. Like, listen to what he looks like. They'd be like, oh, give him the money.
Give him the damn money.
Nabisco is a monster.
Jesus Christ, give him the money now.
Oreos is evil. There was an interesting thing that actually happened with Oreos recently. These guys were, I know this is a total digression, but there were these guys that they got in trouble for selling Oreo secrets to China. They told some Chinese companies the ingredient that gives the Oreo cream, it's perfect white pigmentation and it's titanium dioxide. And I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, it's titanium dioxide. That sounds good.
That sounds really appetizing.
That sounds like something to eat. But it was funny because the Justice Department was taking it very seriously, like this cream secret. They prosecuted some of the people involved, and then they were like, the American secrets will not fall into the hands of foreign companies. I'm like, okay, this is not some important national secret. This is the fucking disgusting chemical shit that they put in the middle of the Oreo to make it look white enough.
Hey, Cheetah, they use it in sunscreen.
Sunscreen. It makes the sunscreen that perfect
It keeps
shade
you
of
from
white.
getting a tan on the inside of your body.
Oh.
Is
It
the
also
Downtown
protects
Grand
and
Casino.
subjects you to
On
radiation.
Super Bowl weekend, Johnson claims in a civil lawsuit that the casino took advantage of him. According to Johnson's lawsuit, he was...
That casino took advantage of me. Yeah, whatever. They probably gave him a free room and everything too.
The casino raped me.
Yeah. Yep.
so visibly intoxicated he was dropping chips on the floor, confusing chip colors, and slurring his speech badly, and he was unable to read his cards. He says he had a 44-hour gap in memory that he calls the blackout period. How much does he claim he drank? 20 alcohol.
So like, basically, this is like, in America, it's like you have the movie The Hangover, but instead they just wake up and, like, get together and decide to sue, like, Las Vegas for what happened to them. Like, man, this town really fucked us over.
That would be an all-American movie.
We entitled her some money.
A bunch of lawyers fly in for a convention, and all the crazy shit happens, but instead of doing anything about it, they just sue the casino and, like, all the people they encountered.
Yes.
Damn motherfuckers.
Alcoholic beverages in 17 hours. That's on top of the approximately 10 drinks he says he consumed before he even stepped into the casino. How is that the casino's fault?
Wait a minute. So he was
drunk
already
prior
when he
before
arrived
going
at the
in.
casino. So, like, what does he want the casino to do? Like, not allow drunk people to play? I mean, people like to get drunk and gamble.
In Las Vegas, alcohol is everywhere, and you can take it anywhere you want to go with it.
In Las Vegas, if you order water, they slap you and
pour you a whiskey.
Shove a funnel in your mouth and start dumping vodka in it. I mean, that's what happens. So that's just like the law of Vegas. If you can't control what you do when you're drunk, you shouldn't be in Las Vegas.
Definitely not.
Johnson says the downtown Grand continued to serve him free drinks, violating Nevada state law that prohibits comping drinks to patrons who are visibly drunk and then letting them gamble.
How do you view that weekend now?
I view that weekend that, my responsibility is, look, I had some drinks at the airport. I had a drink on the plane. At some point, that's my responsibility, okay? But the unfortunate part about it for them is that they have a bigger responsibility than I do.
The state gaming commission tells CNN it is
I'm not responsible that I was drinking before I went there and drinking while I was there. It's their fault. I mean, he dropped $500,000. Do you really think they're going to stop him and not give him alcohol?
Yeah. What the fuck?
I mean, it's a high roll. They're probably told, like, whatever they want, give it to them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the... Like, if this guy wins this lawsuit...
There's no way.
Then I have, like, whatever remains of my faith in humanity will just be gone. Because, like...
There's always something that comes along that disproves our faith in humanity more and more. Every single week.
But who could hear the details of this case and be like, you know who's really responsible here? The casino. Not him, the casino. Some people would say it was the devil.
Yep.
Satan.
Satan
Oh,
does
you're an
him.
atheist, that's why.
If you had the power of Jesus inside, you just wouldn't even
The amazing Satanist. That should be your new persona, TJ.
That could be Repzion.
Hail Satan!
You should change your
I
name
should start
to
ending.
the
I
Amazing
should like
Satanist.
I should end a catchphrase with like "Hail Satan" somehow. Like Satan is my lord.
Hail
Lord, Savior.
Satan!
Sacrifice a baby. Hail Satan!
Satan! You should dress as Satan. You should cosplay
I do have a
as
demon
Satan.
mask.
Yeah.
I probably should.
Just
I should
take
do
your-
that. I should make like a Satanist, another video on Satanism versus Luciferism, the comparisons between the two, and like dress up.
Like
actually Satan.
Lucifer that's like the people who literally believe in like the
Yeah.
real devil. Like they're like, yeah, Satan. Like the real Satan is actually down there in hell plotting against stuff, and we're like taking his part.
But they believe in like the kinky orgy ritual sex things and candles and stuff.
Yeah.
Luciferism anyway.
That's pretty cool, actually.
TJ's like, well, maybe I get behind this.
Those fuckers ain't all bad, you know. They got
Investigating
some good
Johnson's
ideas.
case, and if the casino is in violation of state laws, it could be subject to fines or revocation of its gambling license. The casino had no comment, saying it's in the middle of a lawsuit with Johnston. As far as
The casino's
Johnston,
comment
we
should have just
chatted-
been ha 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 ha.
We have your money. Ha 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 ha.
It's not his money anymore. He gambled it all away like a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ, you're the amazing communist, according to this person in the chat room.
Finally. Quit Stalin. Blah, 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 blah. Oh.
Quit Stalin.
Yeah.
So there was a new commercial that came out. It's the first ever medical marijuana dispensary commercial. And they make an analogy between, would you buy sushi from this guy on the street?
Yeah, and we're watching the Fox News coverage of the commercial.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, son.
It's Laura Ingraham and Geraldo Rivera.
Geraldo!
Tonight, 2 hot topics, beginning with the debut of the nation's first medical marijuana commercial.
Commercial! You want sushi? I got sushi. I got the best sushi. This area's dry, man.
I like
you know that.
sushi.
I know that. Ain't nobody selling but me. I got tuna. I got salmon. I got shrimp. I got the finest sashimi this area has seen in years. You need me and I need you. Let's make this work. You buy some sashimi, I'll throw in some rice paper, man. Totally free. Gratis.
Rice
I got
paper.
everything. Even California rolls, baby.
You wouldn't buy your sushi from this guy, so why would you buy your marijuana from him?
Good
That
point.
spot began airing in New Jersey and Illinois this week and will soon hit airwaves in Massachusetts. The question is, are pot ads on TV harmful to the country?
Yes, probably so.
Definitely.
I think we can all agree. Everyone here, take a vote. Potheads,
Those-
dangerous to the country. Let's go around the circle.
Extremely, extremely dangerous to America.
Extremely
Yes.
dangerous.
They're dangerous.
Repzion,
They take lives every day.
Explain the dangers of pot to us.
He lives in
Repzion.
Washington, so he knows firsthand.
Yeah, tell us about.
Yeah, vaporizer actually was my first time I used one. I did pot. It was a fantastic experience. Had to do that after I left my parents' house, though.
Oh, no, your life is being ruined. We're sorry.
I'm offended by
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think you need help.
You need to go into rehab.
Yeah.
Betty Ford is waiting
I'm
for you.
addicted to it now.
Clear the
I'm
drugs from your system, sir.
Yeah.
You are inebriated.
Yep.
You disgust me.
A dirty.
And you disgust me. Just add that caveat there.
You have a dirty marijuana addiction and a porn addiction, masturbation addiction. God,
Oh, all of them.
the fuck is wrong with you?
TJ's addicted to spam, though, so it's okay.
Do you? Hey, I have a question. Since you cosplay as Deadpool all the time, do you ever just like sit around your house in the costume, like for no purpose or reason?
I have actually. When I was living at my parents' house, I did a day where I felt like dressing up, and I actually dressed up as Deadpool, just in my suit and mask. And I did a stream for most of the day, almost a 24-hour stream, just as Deadpool, just sitting around the house. And my parents were gone for the weekend, so I was actually cooking stuff, like cooking food and stuff for myself, dressed up as that. It was a blast. It's so much fun. I'm really.
I would
crazy.
not look good in the Deadpool costume. I'm pretty sure.
Well, actually, it would probably fit. What I use athletic grade 4 material, which is like this super stretchy. It accommodates for any size.
Yeah, but it
'Cause
would not. The end results would just not be flattering. Is what I'm saying.
Well, I have seen some pretty big cosplayers as Deadpool, like huge.
What is
big.
the Deadpool costume made out of?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's athletic grade 4. It's basically a professional. It's athletic wear. What bikers use, the biker pants that look like really tight on people's butts.
Yeah.
That stuff. That's athletic grade 4. It's really expensive, stretchy material that can be sewed and stretched out, and it stretches based upon size. So whatever size you are, it fits.
Yeah. So if you got a boner, would you be like sporting?
Yes, you get a boner. It will show right through.
That's fucked up.
And I've had quite a few at cosplay conventions because there's a lot of cleavage, boobs, titties.
Yeah,
they're all there.
Yeah. So
I want to touch their dirty pillows, mommy.
It seems like you're your own worst enemy in that sense, where you're wearing skin tight pants. All I
wear is a pair of underwear, and I go completely. Other than that, I do the suit because it gets really hot, obviously, and warm.
Yeah, I don't know how. Oh yeah, I know how we got on to that subject, but apparently we have to go back to Geraldo.
Joining me now from New York, Fox News senior correspondent Geraldo Rivera.
I got some
Geraldo,
sushi right here for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Was it going to be a suicide bomber
it looked
with
like
the
one
sushi?
of my sons. I thought it was one of my sons.
Suicide bomber.
What is that?
I had a son.
couldn't even understand
he was
it.
dark skinned.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of clever, but it was a long payoff till the end. So what's your take on this, Geraldo? I mean, some people seem, they're uncomfortable because it make it kind of cool to do pot even as a medical marijuana kind of issue?
Pot.
Or is it no big thing?
It's cool to do the pan.
Smoke pan every day.
Hey, 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 smoke pan.
Marijuana's bad.
In these states, so why not advertise it? Other drugs are advertised.
Well, let me say, start in the big picture. The big picture is the marijuana prohibition, reefer madness is ending. I didn't think I'd live to see it, but it's already happening. More than 20 states now. State of Washington and Colorado, totally legal. It is happening. Why not have a website that facilitates your finding access to someone who could help you obey the law and get what Dr. Sanjay Gupta and many others are now firmly suggesting is therapeutic and can be very helpful. So why not have a website that steers you in the right direction so you're not tempted to do something illicitly when you can do it legally now?
You like Geraldo now, don't you, TJ?
She did begrudgingly goes like, okay.
I said damn it because I can't even disagree with anything he said.
Disagree on principle, TJ.
It's
Attack
pissing me
him.
off. I disagree with him being Geraldo.
Okay.
That's what I disagree with. Quit being Geraldo, you fucking piece of shit.
I remember back in the 80s when he had his like trashy talk show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He got hit in the face with a chair and it busted his face.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. There was like a fight and chairs were being thrown.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was like a big YouTube thing where you saw like the audience just brawl.
Yep.
Audience brawl. What were they brawling over?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Just
it was
some
a long
stupid
time
shit.
ago. But yeah, here's more of Geraldo.
See, if people are smart, they'll come up. You know how when you type in like websites and you miss one letter, it sends you to a weird website? So if people are really smart for the medical marijuana websites, you have to, because people are going to be, maybe they'll be a little, loopy when they're, put in the keywords.
They're going to be loopy.
She doesn't even know what the fuck she's saying. She doesn't even know how to articulate the message that she's trying to convey. You know?
They're going to be high on the pot and not even know how to search for this
They
website.
won't learn how to search for the key word.
They're going to find the Silk Road and they're going to put a hit on a congressman. It's like, what?
Yeah, the potheads.
I think
I've smoking so much of the Mary J that I can't navigate the interwebs anymore.
To buy more legally because it's legal now. Yeah.
www.hitlerforever.com, is that the URL? I don't know because I'm high and lack any and all common sense as someone who is high.
They'll go to some other website. It'll be some crazy stuff that these people have to buy. I mean, it might be just a little out of it if they're.
That's you in the country club set with your scotch. You can't read your keyboard.
Yeah.
The marijuana people are pretty lucid in that regard.
But Geraldo,
wow.
How many times does she have to say, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't, She doesn't even have a good argument for her position at all.
No, they were just kind of like, all right, go sit down, argue with Geraldo about, why weed is bad.
I think Geraldo smokes. He seems to be pretty pro-pot.
any of these reports of kind of the driving under the influence of medical
They
marijuana
always
or
bring that
marijuana, the stories coming out about how cops are seeing
I think,
kids do it more often,
I think it should
elementary school kids
I
and all
think
that
it should
stuff.
be absolutely parallel with alcohol. The president's absolutely right. It's less harmful for you than alcohol. If you drive under the influence of marijuana, you get busted just as if you were driving under the influence of alcohol. You can't imbibe in public just like you can't drink alcohol in public. There are rules that will be established as we move
So you don't
forward,
think more
and this
kids are
becomes
gonna do
more and more
pot?
normal.
Oh no! Oh, there we go.
Kids.
More kids are going to do pot.
Please.
Logical leap.
Children.
What if they do pot? I don't care. Who gives a shit?
More kids are going to become gay if they're around gay people. Same shit.
Yeah.
If kids do the pot, then they'll get the high.
Think of the children.
And the society around us will collapse. And all people will die. Is that what you want, Geraldo?
Will do pot because of the legalization
I really
now?
don't. I look at the big danger now. The big danger now, heroin epidemics sweeping entire states in the Northeast and elsewhere.
Yeah.
Prescription drugs, more overdoses from that than anything else. I think marijuana, that's over. Reefer madness over.
This
Cheech and Chong
economy
win.
doesn't
Laura,
get better. We're
used
all
to
going
it.
to need to be on marijuana. I mean, people are just going to have to get away from their problems. If what you see O'Reilly's talking points memo last night. I mean, if we're in a country in that decline, everybody's
Did you
going to
see
be
O'Reilly's brilliant talking points memo?
If someone said that to me,
I would be like,
Bill O'Reilly's a genius. Tide goes in, tide goes out. No one knows.
never a miscommunication.
never a miscommunication. Just a little object called the moon.
I think you and O'Reilly, the only
who
adults I
made
know
the
that
moan?
have not smoked marijuana.
Oh,
Jesus.
okay, I'm not commenting. All right, next
Whoa,
next topic.
O'Reilly's the only person I know.
Next
I amend
next
my
topic.
statement.
Yeah, next topic. Let's move on to this this deal with the gambling under the influence. Speaking under the.
Okay, yeah. So that's pretty much them covering that subject. It's funny how at the end she was like, "No comment, no comment." So she probably wouldn't claim that she's never tried it before, but she just kind of sat there like, "Oh, but they can't even use the internet." You know, it's.
I don't believe that you'd have to smoke an awful lot to have that level of incapacitation going on. Where it's like, I can't use my computer anymore. I also hate like the false equivalency of driving drunk versus driving high. Like both are obviously bad ideas.
Do you remember the ad with the two kids like the study and they had the loaded gun and like we're high and like
I remember seeing that.
And he blows like his friend away. It's like because he was high. It had poor judgment. Then they also had the kids and like the it was like the black kids were like at a drive-through and there's like some kids like going on a bicycle and they're so high they just run them over and kill them and it's like because they were high. It's like these things have never happened in real life.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now
it's time for O'Reilly.
Yeah, TJ's best friend.
Oh boy,
Bill O'Reilly.
So you had
Bill-O.
TJ, you had sex with Sean Hannity's hair. What part of Bill O'Reilly did you have sex with?
I tore out one of his eyes and skull fucked him.
All right. Well, here's Bill O'Reilly talking about how America is in decline.
As we all know.
Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. America in decline. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Russia's violation of international law raises a very unpleasant question. Is the USA now incapable of confronting dangerous behavior? The short answer is no. We can still right wrongs if we have the will. But the stark truth is America is getting weaker on almost every front. Let's start with economics. During President Obama's 5 years in office, median income for Americans has dropped about 7%. That's big. Because while prices and taxes are rising, take-home pay is falling. Thus, individual Americans are less secure. As for the overall economy, the USA is also faltering.
You know,
we the people.
It's kind of funny that like they bring all they trot out the economic inequality numbers when it suits their purpose, but every time anyone's ever tried to address it,
it's like
they've been the ones who put up every fucking roadblock and obstacle to do it, putting forth any sort of legislation that would address any of those fucking problems.
Remember, we should raise the minimum wage. Oh my God, this is going to destroy American jobs. This is going to destroy so many jobs.
Wasn't it like said? I think you said it, TJ, or someone did that. If you raise like the minimum wage like by $3 or $4, it could like improve hundreds upon thousands more jobs. Is that?
I don't know if I said it, but it is probably true.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen some. I mean, like, I don't think that it would be all sunshine and rainbows. I mean, there would be drawbacks to raising it, at least in the short run. But, I mean, ultimately, I think that would be a great move for America. I mean, because, like, the problem is that if all the gains are in the top 1%, I mean, their money is not going back in the economy. They're putting it in
the stock market,
which doesn't help anyone except for other fucking stockbrokers and other people with money in the stock market, which is pretty much only rich people. I mean, not too many like middle income fucking people in America, or what supposedly is middle income, are investing heavily in the fucking stock market.
Yeah, but besides their 401ks,
yeah,
that's really about it.
And
Susanna Tanis thinks everyone should invest in the stock market.
Yeah, we're gonna have 17%. Yeah, 17% returns every day.
Every day should be just a bonanza. But that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Here's more from O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
Have elected politicians who favor social justice over a robust marketplace. In order to create economic opportunity for all, business must be prompted to expand. But the Democratic Party, which now controls the Senate and the White House, has imposed a huge tax burden on private business, as well as on affluent consumers. The result, the job market remains sluggish, and with fewer good jobs, the country is weaker. In addition, millions of Americans are now looking for handouts as the explosion of disability applications and entitlements prove. On the military front, the nation is exhausted, therefore weaker. Iraq and Afghanistan have sapped money and manpower and left the American public with no appetite to right international wrongs. The Obama administration is even seeking to downsize the Army, a major mistake in a very dangerous world. The USA has lost its will to confront dangerous situations, and our allies almost across the board are timid due to selfishness. Their philosophy being, let America do it all. On the social front, we're heading for disaster.
I like Bill.
You like him?
Yeah, he's a good guy. He brings into focus the problems that plague us. I love how I mean, some of the things he's saying are wrong, really are wrong, but well, I mean, the military stuff, like our military is hugely bloated and oversized, and we spend more money than like the next 9 countries combined or some shit. So I don't think that shrinking it a little bit is really going to be the disaster that he's trying to make it out to be. But like on some of the other stuff, I mean, that's accurate. But blaming it on Obama or saying that it's indicative of this country somehow being
gross oversimplification,
weaker. That I mean, it's just it's an overly simplistic way of viewing how countries interact and how geopolitics even fucking works. Like America is weaker now. I mean, and if America's weaker, we're probably weaker because of fucking goddamn Bush and his fucking wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't I don't remember Obama being the one that fucking got us into Iraq and Afghanistan. I mean, I know that Obama wanted to do the dumb fucking stay the course shit in Afghanistan for some inexplicable goddamn reason.
Well,
but
not to mention the Republicans are just so stuck in the mud on every issue. It's just like tradition. It's like, how are we supposed to build a modern economy when these people don't want to invest in infrastructure, don't want to invest in education, they only want to invest in stupid shit like, let's go to some foreign country and kill people, woohoo! Let's spy on all American citizens, woohoo!
Yeah, I'd like to hear the explanation about how the NSA wiretaps make us stronger as a people.
Yeah.
America's always getting involved in things that we don't need our business involved with. Like we're just my parents are always pro-war. They're like, we always need to help other people, and I've gotten in so many debates with my father over this issue and trying to explain to him why we don't need to be involved in certain things. But he has this humanitarian effort that America is like this all-powerful nation, and we are pretty powerful. But my dad is I don't want to call him a white supremacist, but he's very how he views America and how
just the way even the way you just said that pretty much tells us all we need to know anyway. I mean, we kind of get the catch the drift at that point. I don't want to say he's a white supremacist, but you know.
I don't want to sound like a queer or nothing. Yeah.
But I'd really like to make love to you.
Yeah.
I just hate that we're always involved in things that we don't need to be involved with.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to continue to happen, but I feel like it's starting to be on the decline. But time will only tell what happens next. Here's a little more from O'Reilly.
Below the
We'll
pillow.
do it live.
Do it
So the traditional American family speaks for itself.
We'll do it live.
With almost 41%
There's no
of American
words there,
babies
Bill.
now born out of wedlock, many to
Babies
poor
born
or
out of
educated
wedlock.
women who cannot support them. The educational system is corrupt, with powerful teachers' unions refusing to impose responsible discipline in the public schools.
What does that mean?
Children at risk.
Hold on. What does that mean? What is proper discipline? I want to know what that means, because when I was in school, it seemed pretty draconian and horrible.
Hey, who passed No Child Left Behind? That was Obama, right? Oh wait,
Yeah.
Oh man,
It was.
That was another Obama thing. That's not, for those who are in the audience
Yeah.
who might not know. It was Bush once more.
Are beset with corruptive influences as the cynical entertainment industry peddles garbage to young people with little opposition from an apathetic media which tilts secular left. Intoxicating agents like marijuana are now celebrated as freedom-giving substances that should be available everywhere. Drug pushers are defined as non-violent criminals who just need a little rehab, not punishment.
I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I just
lock them up and throw away the key. That's worked in the past, right? Oh wait, we spend billions and billions of dollars on prisons, and The recidivism rate is up, and we imprison more people than any other country in the world. So
that's because we have a for-profit prison industry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's profitable to incarcerate people.
I think I did a video called "The United States of Prison" that delves into that a lot.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to Bill anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck you, Bill O'Reilly. Fuck you.
So what I think we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and take a break that's a little longer than usual because we want everyone who wants to ask their questions to be able to come on, as long as your question's not super stupid, you know.
You have eliminated 99% of possible questions.
Yeah.
We're on Skype, Drunken Peasants. For those of you who don't know the drill, basically you can add us, you can ask your question in the text. If we like your question, we will call you. Be prepared to turn off the show on your computer or turn off the volume on the show on your computer when you answer the call, because otherwise it will interfere. And we should be back in like 10 or 15 minutes or whatever.
And anyone listening now who likes the Drunken Peasants that's not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button because this show got a lot of thumbs down before the show even happened. Fuck all of you.
Yeah. Cocksuckers.
Yeah.
It was probably my fault, just having me in it.
No, it's not. What other people do is not your fault.
No,
by
it's
any
not.
Stretch of
but,
the imagination.
Yeah.
I'm a white cracker faggot. That's what they like to say, I think. So.
You should tattoo that on your chest.
White cracker faggot.
Yeah. Like as a, like in the arch with the fucking, old English lettering and shit. You could even say ye old white cracker faggot.
Yeah, so everybody send your questions, and we will be reviewing them during the break.
Ye old faggot.
As soon as we have all the questions that we need, we'll be right back, and we'll get Daniel back on the show, and then we can all answer the...
Submit thy questions, mortals.
And then it can all digress into a fucking orgy.
We will have a Roman orgy soon. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Tacos rule.
You motherfucker, you!
Are back on the Drunken Peasants podcast. We're gonna get Daniel back.
Get him back.
Get Daniel back.
Get him back.
Yes,
Daniel.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Didn't
Ava Satanas.
Didn't your stepdad's family think you worship Satan, TJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ does worship Satan, though.
They heard I was an atheist and like he worships Satan.
He worshipped the devil.
It's like you.
How do people even come to that
what an
conclusion? I
atheist
don't know.
is.
Atheism and Satanism. Like, I don't see how people actually think that we believe in Satan or that we worship Satan when we don't believe in a deity. You know?
Yeah.
There are no deities, but we worship Satan. It makes perfect sense.
All right, so here we go.
Who was it? Wait, who was? What Christian was it that said that? It was like some YouTube Christian that used to say back in the day that like all atheists were possessed by Satan.
That was Venom Fang X.
Was it?
Well,
it was him.
Well, actually, Venom Fang X said that Muhammad was inspired by Satan to come up with Islam.
Well, if you were a Christian, that probably would be the best explanation. I mean, because like that you have some opposing, religion that also claims to have the absolute truth, but it contradicts you. So you pretty much have to say like, oh, well, Satan must have made that shit up.
I think I understand now. The devil inspired you to create the Amazing Atheist channel, correct?
Yeah.
There
well,
you
I
go.
mean,
okay, so there you go. That's why
I did consult Satan before I did it, but that doesn't mean anything. Me and Satan are in cahoots.
We're going to start calling people now. When we call you, state your question.
Or don't.
Yeah, or just sit there and giggle. We had a lot of that last night. Yeah. Here we go.
First call is to
First
Jabba the
call.
Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt took it.
Jabba.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
Solo.
Love your
Am
name.
I-
by the way.
Oh, thanks. Am I actually on the air now?
Yes.
Oh, Christ.
Your Christ is not here.
No God
Christ
here.
is not here.
What's up?
Oh, so I just stated right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Or you could just bullshit and say other
It's
stuff.
my first time on the air.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you guys have heard about Guy McPherson.
What about him?
Well, he has a theory. He's a scientist who has a theory who actually...
It's really weird because that's my uncle's name.
Yeah,
exactly. So I was like saying, like, is she talking about my uncle? But he's
Yeah,
not.
he's like, what about him?
He's not a. He's not a scientist with a theory.
Yeah,
though,
me and you were
so-
both thinking that, TJ. I know.
Well, yeah, you'd have to. But what's his theory?
Well, he thinks that we've already tripped a bunch of feedback loops and stuff like that, like in terms of change, and that we're headed for extinction as a species in the next 20 to 30 years. And I was just wondering if you guys heard about his theories and what you think about it.
I mean, like, without knowing anything about it, I really can't comment on, like, the specificity of a scientific theory. But, I mean, I really think that if that held water, then I think that we'd be hearing a lot more of that from the mainstream climate people. I mean, you hear really pretty bad and dire stuff from them, but none of them are really saying they're giving, like, the 20, 30-year timetable.
That sounds like something to grab headlines and get attention for yourself, to be
Mhm.
honest.
But I mean,
Didn't Bill Nye just debate climate change recently too?
Yeah, on what was it? Good Morning America or some shit. No, that's not that. Some Meet the Press, some kind of bullshit. Yeah, he debated some congresswoman or senator about climate change. I don't know why I mean, like, there's no debate.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
like, hey, it's really a debate. Like, do you acknowledge science or are you a regressive imbecile?
Well, yeah. I mean, well, he's been doing the he's been on all of the conspiracy theory stuff, like the liberal conspiracy theory side. So I wasn't sure if you guys had heard about it. Or
I mean, like, knowing my uncle, I kind of wonder if this is him. But he's not. If so, he's not a scientist. I just want to put that out there. But that does kind of sound like something he might say. Now that I think about it. So maybe you are talking about my uncle here.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being on. Thanks
you.
for the question.
Thank you.
Her name was Marmalade Poutine.
Putin.
Have you ever had poutine before?
Yeah, she sounded incredibly Canadian.
Yeah.
So
Incredibly Canadian. Those two, that's an oxymoron, Scotty.
Incredible.
Because Canadians are shit.
Oh. No.
I've never seen an ugly Canadian.
I think
Maybe
Monica's
just
listening to the
looked at
show.
wrong
Monica,
places.
now you know what TJ thinks of you.
Oh,
Fucking
man.
Canada is garbage. And everyone whoever went to Canada or has been to Canada or likes Canada is also garbage.
Okay,
I do like their health care, but
Yeah. Oh wait.
No, you're communist.
Me and Scotty both like Canada. TJ just he's just being a troll. He's an anti-Canada troll. Is basically what he is.
No.
Here
I
comes
have a genuine passionate
TJ,
hatred
TJ,
for
once
Canada.
you eat the poutine, you'll change your
I'm
mind.
not eating anything that starts with poo.
Poutine.
What about Poutang?
Poutang.
All right, yeah.
I got you.
You should have a beaver tail, TJ. It's like fried dough.
I would never call it that though. Are we calling someone or what? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm
I
trying.
don't even see the.
Yeah. What the hell happened?
What's
here?
going on here? This is jibber jabber.
Yeah.
Everything is fucked.
Yep. Everything's fucked up. Oh yeah, there they are.
Speak, person.
Yes.
Are you there, person? Christopher. Christopher. Are you there, Christopher?
Okay. So apparently,
Christopher is a pussy that will not answer his phone.
he had a Jesus with a purple hoodie holding up two middle fingers, though. I like that.
That's always good.
let's see here.
The Canadian girl who called says she didn't even know she had an accent.
Yeah.
You most certainly do.
Yeah.
You have an accent. You're inferior to us Americans with no
What?
accents.
I like how you extrapolate that from saying you do have an accent.
Fuck is wrong with you, Scotty? You're racist against Canadians.
I grew up so far north in the U.S. that we actually got the CBC like on our regular cable TV, so I really got used to hearing the Canadian accent all the time on TV, especially watching hockey.
I just recognize it because I've been around a lot of Canadians.
Yeah.
So I can just hear their accents.
Yes.
She didn't say A after every sentence.
No,
though, so I was
'cause they
confused.
Oh my, you're a moron, dude.
Yeah, they don't really talk like that.
They kind of
They
do.
do say it
Some do.
sometimes.
Yeah, they say A. So
Yeah,
don't fucking. Some Canadians have told me we don't say A.
They
Like,
do
I've
say
heard
A.
them fucking say it. Don't even tell me that shit.
They do say it, but they don't say it after every sentence.
It's not like South
There
Park.
was a fucking a shitty Disney movie called Brother Bear that had these two mooses.
Oh my god,
that
I
said-
remember that movie.
Yeah, they said A like after every fucking sentence. And one of them was voiced by Rick Moranis, so that's kind of surreal.
Yeah. I
Rick
know that
Moranis
character.
being like saying A after everything. I only saw it recently.
That was a character on SCTV, which was like a sketch comedy show from the Second City comedy troupe.
Fuck all that shit, yo.
Here's a question here. We'll call this person.
No.
Hopefully they'll say something.
No. They better not talk. If they speak, kill them.
It almost seems like, hello?
Do you speak?
Speak.
Speak now.
Speak now.
These people must be dead.
I don't know what's wrong.
They're answering, but they're not saying anything. Is there something going on here? Is this on our end? What's happening?
Yeah, it could be. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reboot Skype. So, hello, are you there? No? Okay, I'm going to reboot.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.
It sounded like chicken sex.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
What the fuck? Hello?
Rep knows exactly what that sounds like.
It's like chicken sex.
I've been around enough farms, yeah.
No, that's not what I was implying.
That was great. It's like that's not what I was implying. It's like, oh.
Yosemite Sam, that's cool.
Yeah.
Why is it doesn't?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
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 Yo, I can actually hear you. What's up?
Yeah, neat, cool.
Yeah.
You on the fucking air, bitch?
Nice.
All right.
Big fan of you, actually.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, my question. How do you feel about people who seem to be offended by absolutely any criticism whatsoever?
How fucking dare you even bring that up on this
We're
show,
offended.
you piece of garbage?
What the hell is wrong with you, sir?
I'm sorry.
Referencing being offended makes me offended.
Trigger warning, you might be offended.
We deserve a trigger warning before you ask that question.
I think I just need, like, I should get trigger warning just tattooed to my forehead at this point.
You actually should. So many people are offended by everything you say.
I know. Like, I
Like,
can
for no
literally,
fucking good reason
I can even say the most, like, innocuous, like, general shit. Like, Hitler was bad. People are like, oh my god.
Puppies are
Look
cute.
at the way he labels
you know?
Hitler.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
For all the things he obviously did.
He said puppies are cute. He wants to fuck a puppy. He's puppy. He's evil.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
No,
Jeez.
Daniel's into bestiality. Haven't you guys heard
I know.
of this?
Yeah, that's the new rumor. Mm-mm-mm.
Which animal would you fuck if you had to fuck an animal, Daniel?
Really?
Yeah.
I would have to go dog. I like dogs.
You go dog.
I think we know what TJ would do. Blue whale.
Blue whale.
Yeah. Yeah, he would just swim inside of it. Like, oh, like, I am the big, giant phallic symbol here.
Make it his mission to satisfy it, basically.
That's all good. Hey, that guy's still here.
I'm sorry.
He's like, you're still
Do
here.
you have any follow-up questions to whatever your original question was a minute ago?
Not really. That I.
All right.
All right, then fuck off and
That's
die.
great. Not, oh, you're gone.
You gone.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
There's someone here.
We have to say that at least once a show.
Do you want to call this person?
Who?
The person with this name?
Yeah, go ahead. Why
okay.
not?
You're gonna like this person's name, Daniel.
Oh my, Daniel Solzbaka. Speak Solzbaka.
Turn down the show and
whatever's
state
happening.
your question.
Solbaka.
Like a watermelon. Yeah. Eat the pussy like a watermelon.
That's awesome. Why'd you cut him off?
Pussy like a watermelon.
I wanted to hear if there was more. Eat that pussy like a watermelon. Oh.
It's like, sorry, our show's too offensive for that to even matter. This isn't like a nice show where it's like, we don't curse on the show.
I don't understand. The watermelon and the pussy just doesn't. It's not an analogy that works for me. I don't know.
You're not black.
It really depends on how wet the pussy is, and you know
Yeah.
watermelons can be pretty wet.
I
So
guess that's the connection. Okay, that makes sense. I guess it just. I mean, like it's just like I see the whole watermelon, and then I just think of a pussy the size of a watermelon, and everything is ruined.
All right, here comes the next one. This is like a lightning round here.
Lightning round.
Lightning calls with the Drunken Peasants podcast. John!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
No.
on Satanism or stereotypes.
Daniel's video, Satanism and Stereotypes.
Satanism and stereotypes. What is it?
Okay. Right.
All right. Well, okay. So, well, first of all, Satanism. Do you think that the satanic morals, the rules, are actually a better way of living than the average rules that we apply in society? You know,
Are you underwater?
Are you at sea, sir?
Talking to fucking Scuba Steve.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Talking from the fish bowl.
Yeah, and does it also would it also make sense? You know, hold on, let me look at the question that I actually wrote.
Okay.
What's going on?
Did his call just end?
I guess. So he had some kind of question about Satan.
Yeah.
Ism.
Would you have sex with Satan?
I think I was asking is the satanic. He
Yeah,
didn't
he basically-
specify if
he
satanic
said something-
sins. The satanic sins and the satanic rules of Earth are two separate things.
Right.
I would say that both are relatively good. I like the satanic rules of Earth, and there's a total of 11 of them. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but I think one of my favorite is "Do not harm children." I think that's number 7. But I mean, I don't believe that you need an ideology because Satanism is classified and it is considered a religion. You don't need an ideology to hold these, universal things that I think people should follow.
But his question was basically like, do you think it's superior to like the general law, like the general morality of society? I guess, but I don't even know what that is because there's so many different.
Yeah,
different people with different ideas about morality out there. It's not like it's some ubiquitous thing that's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna let someone on that is probably gonna say some crazy shit. More than likely, but that's part of the fun, I guess.
It's FJ Tux things.
This guy makes videos of TJ fucking things.
Hello.
Don't start talking stupid. Ask your question.
Okay.
Put down your beaver tail and ask the question.
Yeah.
All right. Let me. Okay, I know what my question was. My question was.
You'd look good in a coonskin cap. You should get one. Do like the Davy Crockett thing for a while.
Yeah, I could like fucking get off on that.
Don't.
We all know you have sex with beavers. It's okay. We've accepted this about you, TJ Fox thing. So, please ask your question to TJ.
TJ
quickly,
Fox.
quickly now.
Someone should create a channel called TJ Fucks Things, and photo and like
Photoshop
make videos
him.
of him fucking things.
Yeah, we should do that.
Maybe someone will do that now that I said it.
TJ fucks things.
Someone get on that.
All right. So my question is.
He'll probably just do it himself.
My question.
Or we'll ask your question. He's like, okay, let me.
My question is. Okay, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
All right, we'll let you do it.
Do it.
All right. My question is, if we go to a robotic society, will we have to change capitalism, or just basically get rid of capitalism and all other economic structures?
There's someone in his basement.
Honey, it's time to go to bed now.
TJ fucks things. Time to go to bed.
Fuck that's like the person he has in his basement. He's like trying to kill right now. He's like, He's like,
all right,
don't mind that.
So let's answer his question. Obviously, he's getting grounded now.
Yeah. TJ fucks things. You're grounded.
You're grounded.
Robotic society capitalism, I think.
Yeah. Would if people didn't have to work because we had robot slaves, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, of course it would change society. I mean, if that was actually come about, I mean, why wouldn't it?
I just remember I just remember Captain Picard's speech from the episode where they were like questioning Data's sentience and shit.
Yep.
But I guess I shouldn't reference Star Trek every single week. So.
Yeah. Well, we watch a lot of Star Trek.
Star Wars fan.
See, you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that most Star Trek fans are also Star Wars fans, but it's not always the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually true actually. And most a lot of people, my fans, people that I know who like Star Trek also like Star Wars. But Star Wars is my thing, with the exception of prequels. But
I think you can't even compare the two. Honestly, I think that Star Trek is it was an episodic television show for years.
Yeah.
And it's a lot different. It's not as action based, and it's more cerebral than Star Wars.
Also a lot more focused on story, I think, to an extent.
Yeah, absolutely. And Star Wars is a lot more action based.
Other than it's other than the fact they both have star in the title and they both have like space travel as an element, they're really not very similar things that even bear much comparison.
I wonder what created the comparison between the two, though.
Probably just because it's like
popularity.
Just the popularity of
the popularity of the show.
The fact that Star Trek and Star Wars were both so popular.
The son of the creator of Star Trek made a documentary, and in the documentary he went and interviewed George Lucas, and it's the first time I'd ever heard George Lucas talk about Star Trek before. It was pretty interesting, but of course he said Star Trek inspired him in some ways during his Star Wars creation. So.
Yeah, but the movie that really inspired Star Wars was
John Carter of Mars.
Yeah,
would be another inspiration George Lucas stole from, but
he mostly stole Star Wars from the movie. What was that called?
Hidden Fortress. Hidden Fortress. Yeah.
Hidden Fortress is pretty much Star Wars, but in feudal Japan. So.
Yeah, Akira Kurosawa, Hidden Fortress.
Yeah.
Toshiro Mifune, and a bunch of other Japanese people.
A bunch of other Japanese people.
Well, that's how you would describe them.
Call somebody, Ben.
I don't know their names.
Call that guy. Make him pay.
Make him pay for the privilege of calling you.
Guy, person, answer the fucking phone thing. Now. Brah! He's not answering. He's answered.
Hey,
Hey,
You hear what I'm saying?
What? With you right now? Okay.
Hello.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey. How you doing?
Hi.
Man?
Smoke pan every day.
Okay, so my question was, if you could reform the K-12 educational system, how would you do so? And do you think that a self-paced learning system could be implemented?
What,
and also, what is your
a what learning system?
Self-paced.
Self-paced
learning system?
Yeah. Like, let's say you wanted to finish K through 12, like what we would consider K through 12 in,
So you
10
could be like
years.
you could be like an
or
80-year-old
6
man,
years.
like still trying to pass high school. It's like I'm
Yeah,
doing things at my own pace.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point being that so kids who are faster aren't held back, and kids who need help and are a little slower aren't forced to move along before they've learned and mastered the material.
Yeah.
It's the whole basis of the Khan Academy, how you shouldn't move on to a new subject in school until you've mastered the previous subject, so you don't have holes in your knowledge as you move on. Which is a reason why, kids in high school, don't know basic algebra when they get into trigonometry, because they got a C and just got pushed through, or got a D and got pushed through,
Yeah, you do make a fair point. I mean, there definitely needs to be some kind of reform, because just simply shuttling them from class to class, grade to grade, just, okay, well, as long as you do good on a standardized test, you're okay. I mean, that doesn't really just display their knowledge. It means they can pass the test, which is obviously the system we have now, which is dependent on, mostly just testing.
I just remember school being like miserable.
Yeah.
I pretty much just remember being like in constant, just like I really just felt like my spirit was sapped, and like everything that made me like a unique individual was totally like
it's like prison, basically.
Yeah, like drained and stripped away, and I was just made into this bland like drone that you must behave within these parameters at this.
Yeah, your hair
designated
must
time.
be like this. You must walk like this. You
man.
must walk this place. You
Yeah.
must go here.
It was
but in all fairness, you're dealing with a lot of like underage kids, so when they're at school, the school kind of does act as their like legal guardians for that like 8-hour stretch of time. So there is that factor, but I definitely got that sense too when I went to public schools. But,
So I wish did everybody here go to public school?
No,
Like,
no, I went to
No?
I went to Catholic school, K through 12. So
Yeah, I'm the only one in here. I was
I
homeschooled,
went
so
to
my
2
lack
years,
of education.
2 years of public school, and went to boarding school, so kind of got the
I went to school.
both experiences. So.
I went to
Yeah, we went to
school, but I
both.
really didn't. I really didn't do much.
You didn't even participate. You were
I
horrible.
really did not. I went, but I did. I was like a conscientious objector to school because I didn't actually participate in anything. I didn't hand in assignments. I didn't do any paperwork.
I think you only passed like 1 or 2 years of school legitimately.
Yeah. The rest I just bullshitted my way through somehow. And I did. I mean, like, not even with grades. Like, I got pretty much straight Fs, but they just kept giving me social promotions.
Yes, it's called a social promotion. It's like basically you don't want to deal with you anymore, so just go on.
thanks for the call and the question. The giggles girl wants to be back on again.
Let her back.
Yeah.
She just like time to stroke my ego.
Yeah.
I hope she's as amused by me this time.
Apparently not.
She's not answering.
Apparently it's not a priority.
Answer!
She just ego shattering here.
My ego.
It's breaking apart.
About this. Come on.
My poor, fragile, shitty ego.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, that sounds like you're flying.
You're in a windstorm.
Damn it.
Are you out in the middle of like a
Yes?
field with the wind blowing really hard?
Hello?
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello?
Yes?
Hello. You have question? You have question? Hello.
Yeah, my question is...
What your question?
do you guys think there's...
What your
too much
question?
time for school children
What?
again?
Stop. What? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you think that there's too little encouragement for school children to get into science-based subjects?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yes, way too much.
Or too little.
Okay. Because from my personal experience,
I think school children should be forced into gladiator schools and they should just fight for our amusement.
Yeah, we should do like a Hunger Games kind of thing where like we pit them
With
against
science,
each other.
though, in some way.
Like MacGyver games.
Yeah.
MacGyver
Yeah,
game.
if you don't do it right, you'll get punished or like something.
Whoever
will blow up.
Thunderdome for children.
Whoever science's best wins.
Yeah. MacGyver games.
And if you're retarded, you die. It's like a new eugenics program.
I see.
No,
Eugenics gets brought up every time I'm on here.
There is no reason here, only stupidity.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
It was something about, and she was asking if
science needs to be taught.
Yeah, like
more.
if kids are adequately, motivated to, pursue like scientific fields as their careers.
Yeah.
I don't really think so.
I managed to get into science myself, but that's only because I was slightly encouraged towards the end of high school, really.
And what type of science are you into?
Physics.
Physics.
Ooh, anytime someone says physics, I automatically think they're super smart. Cause
You use them numbers. I'm confused and scared.
Listen here, man. You think you all smart with your physical
You ain't.
understanding? You're not. You think just 'cause 2 + 2 = 7, you can fucking tell how fast an apple can fall off a tree? But I tell you what, I got knowledge and
Isaac
information.
Newton didn't know shit. He just knew how to eat the apple. That's all he knew.
Isaac Fig Newton.
Yeah, more like faggot Newton. Goddamn.
You showed him.
I know. I showed him my fucking ass because that's all he ain't even fit to kiss it because he's a dumbass.
I like how Isaac Newton was an alchemist too.
He was an alchemist.
Yeah, that's like pseudoscience. Though.
Yeah, that's great though. It's like I'm gonna turn lead into gold.
I like that the father of modern physics was a pseudoscientist on the side. That's kind of cute.
Lots of the famous physicists did a lot of, were Christians or did a lot of stupid things on the side, from what I know.
Oh yeah, he was a devout Christian too. He wrote over 100,000 words about Christianity and religion, and he was a devout Christian too. But obviously important for classic mechanics.
So what you're saying is I'm smarter than Isaac Newton.
Woo! No, we're not.
Yep.
We are not saying that.
Yep. That's what it sounded like to me.
Oh dear.
Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for the question.
Bye, English chick.
Always a
Thanks for
pleasure.
destroying TJ's
English
ego.
chick.
He's crying now.
I liked her accent. It was cute.
Yeah, I do too. It makes me happy.
Makes your pants happy.
Makes my
Okay,
on my
so-
pants. What
So-
happened? Didn't we have this person on? already?
Yeah. She wants to ask another question.
Fine.
The girl that didn't know she had.
No,
an
no,
accent.
solo.
Hello.
Solo.
So you didn't come back on and ask more questions, huh?
Well, yeah, I had to get myself some bourbon because I was pretty nervous the first time around.
Bourbon.
Alcohol, solving all
That's
of
some good
nature's
shit.
problems.
Well, it is the Drunken Peasants, so I might
The
as well
Drunken Peasants
take
podcast.
part.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this theory I've been reading about by Nick Bostrom. It's called the simulation argument. That
You
basically
like theories,
says,
don't you?
Yeah.
I have a lot of
You
time.
have
on
a
my
theory fetish. I have a lot of theories, and I want to discuss them with you.
Oh, there's this guy. He has a
Who is your
theory.
daddy, and what does he do?
He has a theory that we're all
science fiction
ticks on a
writer, so
horse's
like-
ass. Oh, it's so good.
Did you say you're a science fiction writer?
Yeah, I'm trying to be anyway.
That's cool. I am. I tried to do. I wrote a sci-fi novel. I wrote a sci-fi novel that wrote a rough draft of one.
He's still working on it. It may come out some point, someday, somewhere,
Maybe.
sometime.
Some year.
Star Wars or Star Trek? I have just to ask. It's just a thing.
Oh god, that's like Sophie's choice. Like, what do you? I would probably go with Star Trek.
Yes.
I know.
See, but she still
Yay!
likes.
Damn
she
it.
still likes Star Wars. See,
I
no-
still like Star Wars. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like saying, are you a dog person or a
That's-
cat person? You know, I'm bilingual. I like
Which
both.
one? Which one would be the cat and which one would be the dog? I think Star Trek would be the cat, probably.
Yeah, I think it would be the cat.
Star
Yeah.
Wars is like the happy
Oh
dog.
man,
with the
oh
wagons.
man. Now I feel torn because I like dogs better than cats.
Yeah. I
Me
don't
too.
agree with that comparison.
Yeah, I think you're an asshole.
Well, no,
TJ.
man, because like
Boo, TJ, boo.
the cat is
Boo!
like more
Run for mayor
detached and
someplace
shit.
else.
Yeah, so I was
there.
reading about this simulation argument, which basically says that we're probably living in a simulation because of the odds and all that stuff. And one of the things that Nick Bostrom talks about on his website is that if we are living in a simulation, if this is some Korean kid's video game, then it's possible there could be like an afterlife, you know, because they could just like, okay, let's program this in there and now you're fucked because you didn't believe in, you know, the spaghetti monster or whatever. So I was just wondering, like, if what you guys thought, if we do live in a simulation, how would we live our lives if all of this isn't real? I don't actually believe it, but it's theoretical shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, the basic like premise behind that is like, well, there would be if it would be possible to simulate a universe, then there would be far more simulated universes than actual universes, because like within each universe where there's intelligent life, eventually, you know, several of those species that developed advanced technology are going to have the ability to simulate the universe, and therefore there's probably simulations within simulations within simulations within simulations. But I mean, like, even if you believe that this is the real universe, we still live in like we still probably exist in a multiverse, and their multiverse might not even be the only multiverse. So I don't even know how the fuck that works. But I mean, like, the point is that, like, whatever humanity is in the grand scheme of things, it don't fucking amount to much. So, I mean, that's the point.
We should in humanity.
Well, I mean, it's not even that. I mean, it's just like we're a diminutive little speck within like a fucking cosmos that's vast beyond our ability to even fucking begin to comprehend. So.
No, I mean, I have no faith in humanity. I used to be a flight attendant. I used to be a flight attendant. I've seen humanity at its worst. They actually steal your lunch. They come back to the back alley and they see your lunch sitting there and they take it.
Well,
people are crazy on airplanes.
Yeah,
I'll say like people like that. No person's gonna steal my goddamn lunch.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, if TJ was like like someone wrote a program for TJ, it'd be like obnoxious asshole, loudmouth. And have all these things programmed in, like, for, like, and then, like each one of us would have, like, characteristics and things. It'd just be interesting if everything was, like, a simulation. Like, we'd have to all be, like, coded to have these different responses. And it'd probably just be random because, I mean, obviously we're dealing with all these different life forms and different things you would, you know, create. Yeah. You'd actually have, you'd have to, like, write parameters for them all. Which is, I mean, I think it sounds interesting for sure.
Yeah, and thanks for being on again. We're going to move on to somebody. How about this person? This person has... some interesting questions.
12,000 questions.
Yes. Ask all 12,000 of your questions now.
At once.
At one time.
Simultaneously. If you answer the phone. Or the Skype. Or whatever it is.
I did do that.
Hear
me well?
A little bit. Keep talking.
Yeah, I apologize for my horrible accent, actually.
No, it's all right.
I like it. It's great.
Oh, God, it's fucking accent.
TJ wants to have sex with
your accent disgusts me. I'm so angry.
TJ's fapping right now, so we have to question his sincerity of what he's just said.
It's okay, I'm too, so we can finish together.
What is your accent?
We can finish together.
I just want to ask you, because I live in Poland.
Right.
And we are right next to the Ukraine, so there's lots of shit going on. And we get like military ads right now, and there's sort of talk about war. So I was just wondering, like, there's a real possibility of a forced, you know, military service. So what would you do in this situation?
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, same.
I don't think
TJ would be good in the military.
I'd GTFO.
Yeah, my great grandparents came from Poland right before World War II broke out. So they got the fuck out then when it was crazy.
For Poland.
So
like, hey,
maybe it's the time.
Maybe Poland ain't the best place to be right about now.
Yep. So if it came to that, I've said that here. Like, if they tried to make me join the military here, I'd be on my way to Canada or Mexico, whichever one is closer.
Canada for me.
They did that in the 1970s and 60s during the Vietnam War. They did the draft.
Can they even bring that back, the draft?
Well, they actually still have
you
it.
have to
Selective
register
service.
for it. Selective service.
Yeah, they still have it, really.
You can't even go to college if you don't register for it.
Nope. Or get a license or a lot of other things.
Even is that in America or just Poland?
Yep.
Yeah, you
really?
Yes, to go to college, you have to register for the draft. Yep.
I don't remember doing that.
Well, then I hope no police are listening.
Oh shit.
Anyway, yeah, did you have any other questions?
No, that's pretty much what I wanted to ask.
All right. Thanks for the question. Yeah, I say get the fuck out. And then go back when it gets better again. Whatever you want to do. All right, so...
So he's from a land of Poles. Like a lot of strippers there, I guess. It's pretty crazy.
See, Monica, TJ hates you even more.
Poland. Yeah, that's true. Monica's from Poland.
Well, she's from Canada. Her family's from Poland, though.
Poland.
She's Palladian.
She's Palladian, yeah, there you go. Monica, you're Palladian.
Palladish.
Palladish. So you guys want to wrap it up? You think we're all set?
I don't know. Is the food ready?
TJ,
the food is ready, so the show is over.
Yeah, TJ was like, tacos, shit, when are we going to end the show?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys, but tacos are way more important than anyone listening right now.
Tacos take precedence.
Tacos is Deadpool's favorite food.
Thank you for being on, Daniel.
Yeah,
sorry for. I'm kind of a passive aggressive when I talk. Like I don't talk a whole lot unless I'm like people ask me specifically. It's kind of annoying habit that I have, but
no, it's all right.
These things happen.
We're all just really extroverted, I guess, and we just talk a lot. So that's how that's the only way we can fill 3 hours of time, just sitting on a couch talking into microphones. So
maybe I'll be in if I ever come on again, or if you guys ever want me back, I should drink.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Who said
It's
no?
like, no!
That's someone in the background.
Tell them to shut up! They don't know what they're doing. They're on drugs.
It's like, who? We didn't know that there was someone else listening.
Oh,
there.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend, actually.
Oh, man.
She hates us. She wants us all dead.
I would say just do the opposite of what she says. That would be.
That's usually what I do.
Be a rebel.
You gotta come on drunk.
Yeah, come on drunk and high and on LSD.
You gotta just come. You just gotta come to Columbus and just come
Yeah.
wear the Deadpool
Oh, man,
thing
if you-
and just like get drunk as Deadpool. In
Yeah,
the studio.
I've done that before. I've done it, and it was quite fun.
Yeah, and bring a life-size cardboard cutout of John Cena for Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Let's go, Cena.
Cena sucks.
And we'll tape a hot dog to its crotch. Try to seduce Ben into sucking it and see if we can figure out some way.
There's gonna have to be a lot of figuring out.
There's
gonna,
like that. Kenji is calling. You want to answer Kenji?
No, I don't want because you're not supposed to call us. We're supposed to call you. So fuck you.
But
Kenji.
We're Hollywood producers.
I just
sorry.
want to. I don't know. I want to make an exception for them because their name is Kenji.
No, that's just encouraging bad behavior.
You're right. You're right.
Anyway.
See, I like you, Ben. I've never talked to you actually before via voice, and you kind of put TJ in like place. You keep him on topic, and I like that.
Yeah. I told you I have to have handlers at all times.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're off the air, so let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, have a good night, Daniel.
Yep.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
And hey,
you too.
you
Thanks
guys
for
out.
having me.
Sorry. Yeah. Rock on, man.
Yeah. Peace out. Peace the rep out.
Rock out with your cock out.
It's fuck out. You fuck.
Yeah. So next week we've got something in the works. I don't think it's confirmed yet, but
Paul's ego.
Paul's ego.
Paul's
the ego of Paul.
Yes.
Him and TJ are gonna fight to the death.
I'm gonna try to get him. I'm gonna try to get him to be Paul's id again too.
Paul's id. Okay.
Yeah.
What is Paul's id?
He did a video called Paul's id or something that was like where he does like the id and super ego as well, and he hates it, but I thought it was funny as fuck.
I see. All right. Well,
his id was like, I'm gonna eat some cookies.
Everyone smoke pan. If you're not smoking pan, there's something wrong with you.
yes. So good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Thumb up the show. Share the show with other people. Have sex with
Smoke the show.
And there's one thing I want to say, like, all the people there that were talking shit about Repzion had their chance to come on here and ask them any question they wanted. We would have taken any question.
And every single one of them. And not even one of them. Not even one of those whiny fucking faggots who just did nothing but bitch and complain even had the balls to come and actually fucking ask him a question.
Yes.
So,
pussies.
Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
what was that one guy? I must destroy all. Why did you not come on the show? I must destroy all. You really should have.
Yeah.
We'd have given you your time, but he elected not to. So
you all fail.
Sayonara.